It's fine. Let's go over to the players. And then DM cam needs to activate that. Okay.
Does it still not show that my Discord camera's on?
Your Discord camera's on, yeah. It's very blurry though.
Okay.
It's not horrendous. It's just not as clear as normal.
Fix it through settings.
Okay. Yeah. Take a second.
I don't know about that one.
What do you mean you don't know? What are you talking about?
I don't know if the camera's gonna be working out too well.
Oh, because your internet.
Yeah.
That's okay. What I'll do, that's fine. Once he starts streaming again, what I can do here is I'm gonna window cap 2 things, and I'll put yours where yours goes, and it'll just be your fucking watermelon holding a pistol.
Yeah.
Which one day I'm gonna have to have you explain to me what the fuck this means, because I don't understand. So for this, we're gonna put passes cam, which is fine. The window is going to be Discord, and then I have to shrink the fuck out of Discord. That fine, because it's going to go down a couple of sizes. Here.
How do I go into my camera settings on my laptop?
I don't know. What? You asked me how to run your laptop, homie? I know sometimes you like to think of me as tech support, but like I don't know.
You've always been my tech support, homie.
That's fair. I do be answering questions.
My options are choose which apps can access.
You know, I bullshit most of the things I tell you, right?
Yeah, 100%. But it works.
Okay, I'm glad you know.
Here's the K, my boy.
Let me try.
And then that's gotta go into the cast folder.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck's going on. That is horrible.
It's not even showing it's up right now. Gotta go under the overlay, and that's how we're gonna stack them. That's not bad, right?
Voice and video settings.
Too easy. Shit.
Oh, that is way low quality for my camera. I don't want to reset my computer though, because then I'd have to reload everything.
That's fine. That'll work. Let's cast this cam, and then yours is in the right spot now too. So because we're only playing with 2 people tonight, it's gonna be Ben cam. It's gotta be off Discord. Cut down. Down.
Like that. Oh, Far Traveler All Eyes on You might be like that one. I think I had that one before.
Had what?
That description. The background for... It was for the Warforged that I had.
I thought your Warforged was like an acolyte or something. No, he was a far traveler because he came from Eberron, the fucking whole ass different planet. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I totally forgot about that, honestly, homie. I just thought that would sound good that you came from a city that nobody would know. Yeah.
Okay.
And that is Ben's cam, which is on the wrong fucking one anyway. Ben's cam needs to be unlocked because that's Ben's fucking character.
Alright, so just to recap, what do you need from me tonight? Like, because tomorrow, now that I have the day off tomorrow, I can definitely sit down and spend an hour or a couple hours looking through my thing and actually like fully setting everything up. But like, what do you need from me tonight is the question for this.
What you got? We don't gotta stress it right now. This is just an intro session, so he can get used to the game because he's never played it. And so we can give a little backstory to your character, a literal story, not just you writing your backstory, which you're still gonna give me.
Yes, bruh.
Okay, it seems like
I know you're busy, dude. Your brain's fried from working. I'm not mad about it. Well, I literally asked you yesterday if you wanted to do it, and you said yes. So it's not a big deal. We're fine right now.
Yes, that's what happened.
Don't sweat it.
Yesterday, while I was chilling at McDonald's eating, we were on the while we were discussing this. I was eating my Big Mac, my boy. I was eating.
Hey,
McDonald's.
homie, do what you gotta do. Ain't nothing mad about that.
Uh,
Add existing. No, I'm just gonna create a new source. Cam back. Okay, cam backs need to be black. I know stream, it looks funny. Give me 1 second.
I turn my camera off for a minute. Is it gonna hurt you?
It's just gonna swap your camera spots and then re-swap them when we're done. It's not a big deal. Don't worry about it if you gotta do it.
Okay.
Yeah. You literally just swap spots. That's all you did. Because it's on Discord, it's whoever has their camera on appears first, but then it's alphabetical underneath that. So when you take it away, he's first because his name comes first on the list. But then when you turn yours back on, if you both had yours on, he would still appear before you, but then I could just swap the camera positions, which is fine too. Okay, I need to copy that, paste a duplicate, paste a duplicate. This is all shit I should have done before we started streaming. I don't care. It's literally an intro session. We'll figure it out.
I guess I'm just gonna have to deal with the quality of my camera. That's weird though.
It is weird. Normally it's been better than that. I don't know why it's iffy today of all days. The most fuck you of fuck yous apparently.
Settings to fucking try to fuck with the quality on the camera.
Okay. It's built in, so the only thing I could think would be the built-in camera, like, app, wherever that's at.
Yeah, I've already opened the camera app itself. It gave me no options.
Beyond that, homie, I don't know. Okay, that's fine. Ben shit gets locked up now. I'm back for Rob. Back goes under. And back for player 4. Whoever player 4 decides to be. This is what it's going to look like when we're streaming in this. And I'm going to have to do the same thing in this one. We may not be using a whole lot this evening. Though I will copy over everybody's anyway. Access cam to playmat, to paste, reference. That didn't work, did it? Yeah, I'm just gonna pull that off. It might just come to me for that, and then we'll come back over to this, because this is gonna be so much bouncing around, it's gonna be ridiculous. Chat down there is fine. You know what? We got the time because he's fixing his shit, so I'll work on it. Paste duplicate.
Alright, so I think I found a disease for you, my boy. That I
Alright, send it to me on Discord.
Yes, sir.
It could be something affecting your tribe of you know, druid centaurs or whatever, or you may be the only druid centaur left because it's been wiping people out or something, who knows. All semi-believable stories. Those don't have to be true. I mean, you can pick whatever you want. That's just what popped into my head.
I'm a pick who it affects or what it affects.
Yeah, I mean, your backstory for the Warforged was great, dude. We had such a fucking artful backstory coming off your Warforged. I expect the same. I'm gonna be honest.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Nah, I got you, man. I got you. I'll think. I'll definitely have something spicy for the Centaur. I just have to. No, no
Play
graphics.
mat.
That's actually good.
Right click, paste duplicate. This is for Nick's character. It means I get shrunk down to there. And back for, nope, it goes to Nick. Okay, now we gotta go to DD players. What the hell is it? Is it 832? Yeah, it is.
The
So that's done. I need gases. I did Nick's. I need Rob's. And backing 2. Copy. Paste duplicate. What'd you say?
So one last thing. So it's not my camera. It's Discord. Because on OBS I look fine.
Okay, do you have some weird shit enabled on your...
I'm gonna reset my Discord.
Yeah, I was gonna say close it out and restart it, and then you might need to go into your settings and turn on your hardware acceleration because your CPU might not be enough to push it, which would be weird because it might be because you're running this
Like
game that's taxing as a motherfucker.
Settings, my actual settings.
Discord settings, turn on hardware acceleration and advanced settings.
Alright, give me a second.
Yeah. Paste duplicate. Okay, that's gonna go there.
how fast?
Settings.
Layer 4.
So I'm looking for advanced settings. Hardware acceleration is on.
Okay, yeah, if it's already on, then I don't know.
Might have just needed to reset Discord. Let's find out. Yeah, I mean, it's not like flawless, but it's a difference.
Okay.
But I still seem.
I still have no camera showing, homie, so it might be because I have streamer mode enabled. It's because I had streamer mode enabled. That's what it was. On my end, that's what it was.
I also have streamer mode enabled.
Take your cam, copy, you go to playmat, paste duplicate. Cut that, cut that, cut that, cut that. So that should be what we need right there. Should just drop you right in here. Looks about right. In there, drop you under there, lock that motherfucker up. It'll work for right now. That's the plan, anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I'll reset my computer later and see if it works out better.
This needs to draw up a little bit. Right about there. That needs to draw up right there, and then down. In the slot. Lock that up. Open up Cass's. Move his around a little bit. Nope, that's not right. Put that shit back in the right spot. Okay. Camera. Left alt, drag it up. Put it there. There. Okay, this is what we're gonna start with. Let me check that disease you just sent me.
Mm.
And you could be looking for a way to cure it. Okay, who are you curing it for?
Oh. Ah, don't want to just be.
Is it a lover? Is it a brother? Is it a brother lover? I don't know what you're into.
Yeah, motherfucker.
Gift for. Are you back at my table? Okay.
My mama. Or my sister. We'll do my sister.
That's fair. Okay. Are your parents still alive?
I like that one better.
Are your parents still alive?
No, they did.
They're dead? Okay, so it's just you and your sister, or you have other siblings?
Yes, sir. Just my sister.
Great. Okay, write that down so we don't forget it.
Yeah, that's all.
Oh, did I send you that description you needed? Yeah.
I don't know, did you?
I don't know, did I?
For the book? No.
No, for the other thing. Character.
No, you have not. I know what you're talking about now. You have not.
Fuck.
So the question is here, do I read my campaign first intro where I'm like, yo, bear with us, we're trying to figure out technical difficulties and shit, or do I wait until the campaign starts to do it? That one, it's not like that one's campaign specific, so we could go over it the first few times.
Like the first part, and then like the entirety of it when we look.
Okay, you're right. Yeah, I'll wait for that. The last piece of it at the end.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me pull it up real quick so I can go over it because the people that are here. First round intro. All right. Oh shit! You guys ready for this?
Send it, buddy.
Yeah. Do it.
Hello and welcome all to my first Dungeons & Dragons stream. If you've been here before, you know this has been a long time coming. If you're new, just know it's all a bit wonky for us between new players, new software, new story, and new use. New or old, please bear with us as we find our footing in this whole D&D streaming thing. It is strange to all of us. We've watched a couple. I think Cass said he's played in a couple, but nothing has been this intense. It's gonna be a change of pace for sure. Now, I've never DM'd the way you're about to witness. I've never seen anybody else play on stream quite like this either. It is different. It is not your typical Roll20 experience. If you're on a browser, we are using the official D&D Beyond live Twitch extension. It should be on the left, whatever side is the left. Let me look at myself. Hang on, it should be that way, maybe? I think that's the... No, it's towards my mic. It's that way. It'll be on this side. It'll allow you to get real-time updates of things like character stats, health, attack, their attack abilities, the conditions they're carrying, you know, if they're blinded, if they're stunned, something like that, and the items they have equipped or attuned. I'm not sure which one. It's one of those two. Be sure to check it out. You can go look at it. It's kind of cool. If I, you know, kill Payne's character, you can see it. Now I want to thank my good friend Nick, who's half dragon. You'll hopefully come to know over the next few months throughout our actual campaign. Tonight is just going to be an intro session for these two characters, how they know each other, why they're on the mission that they're going to be on when our full campaign starts on the 1st. February is when we're going to start. Without him, I wouldn't know that this program exists. It would have blew right the fuck over me, and we never would have had a D&D stream. My biggest holdup on streaming D&D was that I didn't want to provide that Roll20 like experience to my players or our potential viewers. I learned in person, played in person, and I DM'd in person. What is it? Oh, it's Hunter. Hey man, how you doing? I'm good. Let me see here. Coming from that school of thought, I had to have three dimensions and terrain and ships and mountains and dungeons and minis, and that's the idea. Nick knows. Cass knows before the pandemic I had a massive amount of money in fucking minis. I had a custom wooden DM screen. I had my black and white ebony wood custom dice tray. I spent absurd amount of money doing this. I have like $600 and something in D&D books, all kind of stuff. And I hold nothing against people who can do that Roll20 like experience. Just I personally can't. I even to DM, I need that semblance of realism. And you know, let's call it a crutch of an unimaginative and traumatic youth and move on. Perfect. That works, Payne. I gotta leave that. I said perfect. That works. Anyways, that's a very long-winded way to say this is new for all of us. Bear with us, please, as we might deal with technical difficulties. People might disconnect, you know, because we're doing this through Discord, through the game, and then through OBS on top of all of that. It's going to be new. It's going to be a little taxing. We're going to figure it out. Just hang on. We'll get there. It'll be good. I promise. Let me see. Anything else? Let's just do intros of you two right now, because that's probably the next thing we need. Cass, you can go first. Just like your some basic shit about you, your Twitch, and then your experience with D&D. Talk about that a little bit. Whatever else you think you need.
Guys, my name's Cass. I'm fairly new to Twitch still. Catch me on every now and then. D&D wise, I actually didn't really start playing until I started playing with Jacob. I did a couple campaigns online on Roll20. Nothing too serious like what we had, but you know, I'm excited to be here. And for now, I'll be playing Alodor, Hazelborn, Centaur. But yeah, that's it for me. Bro, you thanks for putting me on the spot, boy.
You're welcome. That's the point. Go ahead. Go ahead, Ben.
Hey guys, my name is Ben. I'm also Lord Longballs, or you'll hear him call me Pain because of my old gamer tag. This is gonna be my actual very first experience with D&D. I've spent a lot of hours in this last week or so with JJ learning and building this character, so I'm super excited to do this, and I just super excited on how we're gonna do this, and I hope this goes well. I'm waiting for this for my life.
Told you, man, it's gonna be psychological torture. That's what I do. I get off on the psychological torture. No, it's not that bad. It's really not that bad. What I'll do, the psychological torture is twisting you against your own friends that are in your own party. That's the fun part.
100%. That's the only part.
I'm gonna use. I ask Cass, homie. I did it to him. I did it to Nick. I did it to John that played with us. I did it to the few other people that we had. I used their characters against each other in a way that nobody fucking saw coming, which is it baffles me because Nick's character was a paladin of Tiamat, and Cass's character was a paladin of Bahamut. Two rival gods, and you handed that to me, homie. I couldn't just let it go. Anyways, I'm JJ. Some people call me Jacob. It's Lord Longcock on Twitch, Twitter, fucking Discord. What the hell else are we on? TikTok, Instagram, all that shit. We are going to make a different. Oh, I'm the dungeon daddy. That's the important part. We have a different server that we have made for streaming this, but we're not going to use that page until it is what would be the proper verb here? Affiliate-able, I guess, would be the proper words here. Till it has the ability to become affiliate, because Ben and I already have affiliate. What we're going to do is stream from my page or his page, probably mine because I have the DM controls in the game. And then we're just going to host it on everybody else's pages, including the other one, which is going to be likely a mimic, which I can...
I was going to say, did you set that up already?
I have the page up, but I didn't
Host.
I didn't host it yet, no. Essentially, we are going to, at some point, move our D&D campaign over to that once it is affiliatable and becomes a profitable source. Not necessarily profitable, but it has the ability to be donated to, is the idea. And then, just like my page, 10% is going to go to a local nonprofit that I volunteer at. That Lundock actually runs, Cass. Lundock runs the nonprofit that I volunteer with.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see that.
And then the rest of it goes back into getting us better shit to do this. It's gonna go into me paying people for overlays. It's gonna go into me paying people to build me fucking minis and maps and shit for this. Because when I tell you this shit is different, it is different. By different, let me show you. I apologize now if your computer explodes, Payne. I'm gonna tell you right now, homie. I am sorry ahead of time.
It's all right. February we start building my new one. Hopefully.
Yeah, in February we start building your PC. Right now, I am really sorry for what's about to happen.
All I see is a dice or your hand.
Oh yeah, no, it's not there yet. Hang on, I'm looking for a particular thing. Okay, here's one part.
Oh god.
Oh god, no, no.
You're worried about mine. You forgot to talk about him.
You forgot about me. You. Oh fuck.
Holy hell.
Oh, there's water.
And all I have to do is align it. Drag it over.
Oh man.
Drop it down. When I tell you this shit is next level ability, it just takes a second to line up, but once I do...
Looks like you need to get
Yeah.
that out there. That is
Dang,
insane. I'm just watching I'm watching Cass's ping just go to 600.
Boop. It survived though.
I am running your stream at about 2 frames a second though.
Is my stream lagging?
Well, for me it is. I don't know if it is.
It is. It is. I'm gonna have to fix it. You know what it is? Because I'm streaming. I'm playing the game in fucking 2.5K.
Ultra?
That's what it is. Yeah, 2.5K ultra settings.
Dang.
So it should skyrocket here in a second.
Man.
It should pick back up.
See, dude. If only we had shit like that.
Yeah, I know. The water's moving. I don't know if your screen's gonna register it, but the water has texture and it moves.
Registered.
Okay.
Yeah, it's that's. Oh,
yeah,
man.
and the ship. If you look around the table, you'll see the fucking lanterns. I took the lanterns and made them really small and put them on the ship. So all those little lights, I custom put those on that ship. Somebody else did build the ship, and I took it out of the workshop for this. But yeah. Now that being said, I can just right click it, get rid of it, and now we're back to normal.
Yeah, now you're gonna explode our computers again.
No. We may not use this a whole lot for this reason, that it's gonna be really hard for not only me to stream it, but everybody else. Now, something else I want to go over is I have a bunch of table views. I can go here, I can go to the side, another angle, I can go from the top down. I can set it to my view, and I also have quick settings to jump me around to the players' tables. So when it is their turn, you want to roll a dice for me, Payne?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want me to roll this?
No, out of the baggie. Out of the baggie's fine.
Out of the baggie?
Yeah. D20 second from the left. Yeah, so you can actually pick your dice up, you can take it out, and if you drag and like move your mouse a little bit and then let it go, you'll actually roll the dice. And then you have all kind of visual controls, so you can move around and actually zoom in and see his dice. I have the visual controls, I should say. Or you know, put that back for me. So, or you can come over here to the small roller down here at the bottom. You can just click D20, go ahead and do it. And then click roll. And at the top of my screen, it will show. Yeah, at the top of my screen, it will show. Yeah, it's going to show that you rolled X, you know, whatever it is. Come back over here, and we have the ability to do all this stuff. Now, all of the stuff that is behind this dice tower that you guys can see in this little, the little wyvern over here, they cannot see while they're playing. My players cannot see that. They're essentially, they can only see from that lamp to the right here. And around the table, we're gonna have Nick on the green. Cass, what the hell color is yours? Is it purple, I think?
Purple.
Okay, yeah, Cass is gonna be on the purple. Back here in the corner on the black section is gonna be Rob. On the red is gonna be whoever we decide our player 4 is going to be. And the yellow is going to be Ben. Every now and then I might bring out the big D20 if it's an important roll. Something crazy they're gonna do, and I'll snatch the big D20 and throw it in the middle of the thing, and then they can roll it themselves. Do what they want with it. You know, it adds a little bit of fun to that. Lets them do something crazy.
Wait, didn't you have a big D20 also?
I did.
In real life?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And I also had that spiked one that left fucking dents in the table.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah.
they're probably still on the table too.
Bearded Browncoats, if you watch this, I'm sorry I fucked up your table with my spike dice.
Oh, man.
Now another neat thing that I can do, so everybody can see it, I can actually take maps. Yeah, let me just pull in here. So we're gonna pull that out. I'm gonna take that out, and I can just drag a map out here and drop it. And then scale that motherfucker to the moon.
I was about to say, that thing's tiny, my boy.
This is a map of Baldur's Gate.
Oh.
Sea of Swords.
Oh.
Right? It's pretty cool. I can take it, and I can also just put it back. And then I can take that. Nope, I took it out again. Shit, hang on. Yeah, there we go. And then pick it up, and then put that motherfucker right there. Now, what we are doing tonight to start this is we're doing Candlekeep Mysteries. That is going to be the intro to the other campaign that we're doing that is going to be a lot of homebrewed shit. It is based in the Sea of Swords. It is going to start-ish near Waterdeep, but not in Waterdeep because I also made up the whole fucking city that they're going to that's an island. So that's where we're going to start. All that stuff will come later when we get to that point. Right now, what they're going to get is... Nope. Nope. Okay, this is the wrong one. I apologize. Give me a second.
Remember the technical difficulties we talked about at the beginning of this?
It's fucking... We're new. You gotta bear with us, homie. I apologize in advance. We already talked about this.
We're gonna make it fun. Interactive and fun.
Right. So, you guys can size that up if you need to. That is the map of
More.
Candlekeep. I can actually fucking blow it up and just make it sit on the wall behind you if you want.
I can just rotate and see it. That's fine. I
Yeah.
need to learn how to set camera views though. I never did figure that out.
If you go to something, I think it's shift. Well, no, if you right click off the side of the screen, like where nothing is underneath you, if you right click, you can just hit save camera, and then you go over to which one you want. I apologize, I had to sneeze there. Okay, so that being said, I'm gonna block off.
Boy, I see you.
I'm gonna block off of Rob's map. I'm gonna pull this up real quick. Rotate it down. Right click it. Size that up a couple of times. And lift it up a little bit more. There you go, boys. Now you got a map of Candlekeep at the end of the table.
Heck yeah.
Got a little clipping through it, but that's fine. We'll worry about it later. Again, first session, we're not super stressed about it. We're missing 3 of our players because 2 of them are at work, 1 of them doesn't exist. And
We're here for a fun time.
and we're just here to intro the players. That being said,
Oh no.
I don't know. Are you guys ready?
I'm ready, man.
All right, that's fine. We can start.
As ready as I will ever be.
For sure.
Genuinely terrified, but yes.
It's not that serious yet.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah. So we're going to drop into what is kind of a fast scene. Ben, or Vincent, as I should call you, an arrow is going to fly past you. Very, very close to your head. In fact, so close that it's going to trim just a little bit of hair that you have left on the side of your head. It is razor sharp. It's flying by you with, 600, 700 feet per second. It's moving pretty quickly. Keep in mind you're running at 30 feet every, well, we'll say 40 because you're going to be riding. You're riding a horse. It is not your horse. It is a horse that you stole, and it is why you're being chased. Would you like to tell us who Vincent is and what he looks like to start? As you're running from...
You started the story with him having hair already, but he wears a hood. But
Right, well, I mean, if you're riding, maybe your hood popped down. What does Vincent look like?
Vincent is approximately about a 5'10" male human. Just a more tan white complexion to him. He has gray hair and brown eyes. He's a medium athletic build. He's not all that heavy, but not all that light. He's currently wearing a full black cloak, pretty much all black.
As the cloak is draping behind you and flowing in the wind, what does anybody see? That's important.
As the cloak is flowing behind me, what is seen is the 3 daggers on the right side of my hip, and the pouch on my leather pouch on the left, and then the red on the inside of the cloak.
Okay. You know where you're going. You know why you're going there. We'll get to that in a moment. Let's go back to Cass. It's Alodor, right? That's what your character's name is? Is that right? Alodor. Okay. I got you. I'll get it. We're new. You made your character yesterday. Bear with me.
No, bro. I made this yesterday. Today. There's still so much stuff I'm missing. Unfortunately, I do apologize, but I've been working, so
it's okay, homie.
I'm
You
trying
got
to
a
do as much as I
job.
can.
You dealing with people. We get it. You be doing all kind of stuff
doing
out
grown-up stuff. I don't like it.
It's okay. This is just us getting our shit together, and also you guys experiencing the beginning of the game. That's what this is. That's why we're playing this, missing 2 of our known players and the one that doesn't exist.
That may never exist.
It may never exist. I may have to delete that camera frame. We never know. We'll see. We'll get there eventually.
Bruh.
It would be less stuff for your computers to render.
Yeah, until you throw a board thing out there, my computer fucking has a stroke.
Yeah, I apologized ahead of time.
It actually didn't do as bad as I thought it was going to. Sorry.
Yeah, Cass's fucking computer went to 600 ping when I put on moving water.
Mine is just
Cass's
over here. Disconnect.
Yeah, this motherfucker's computer sounds like a PS4. That's all you hear.
It's flying in my hotel room. It's flying now. That's how loud it is and how fast.
Cass is running around trying to hold that bitch down on its power cord like a leash. Come on, don't no, don't.
Oh man.
So, for the few people that are here, that's why he's not streaming his camera at the moment, is because this was actually way more taxing on his computer than I thought it was going to be, but this is how we're going to play, and we're going to make do. If we have to change his Discord photo to a picture of Cass, and we'll just let him talk, that's what we'll do.
Make it happen, guys.
And it's not my computer that can't handle it. It's the hotel.
It's
Wi-Fi
the internet. Yeah, I know it's the internet
booty.
that you're on.
Well, go get you a hotspot disc. It'll be...
That's
what he's doing. Yeah, that's what he's doing.
Tomorrow, I'm going to get one.
The alcohol is started pouring.
Okay, that being said, we are going to... I kind of like to describe these like movie scenes. We're gonna lean back a little bit, we're gonna tilt up, and we're gonna watch as Payne rides into the sunset. As Vincent rides into the sunset on this horse being chased. That was just a very quick intro so we can describe to you what his character looks like. We're gonna jump to Cass, who is like an 8.5 foot tall centaur.
Yeah, sir.
He's a big, muscled up horseman. He's living life. We're not here to tell him how to live it. Cass, what we're gonna start here is we're gonna say that Alodor is... Actually, do you want to talk about where he... I mean, you're going to Candlekeep. We've already covered that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to talk about why he's going to Candlekeep, and then we'll describe how he comes into play?
Yeah. So okay, so I got that part at least for somewhat.
Yeah. Go ahead, talk about it.
So, Alodor is exploring Candlekeep for information on a mysterious ailment that many people don't know about, and it's we've never had a cure for those that get afflicted with it, right?
Yeah. We'll talk about what it is in a minute.
Yeah, I gotcha. Many people have gone to search for a cure on this disease, but none returned with a cure to help the ones afflicted. Now the time has come that it has hit my last living family member, Odie, my younger sister. So the only information I ever got about possibly finding a cure was Candlekeep. That's all I ever knew. Many years of my people going to try to find.
Did you bullshit me a backstory in 20 minutes?
Maybe.
I am impressed. I am fucking impressed, homie.
I got you, my boy. I got you. So I'll
all right. As we're coming in,
background on Spectro, and I'll give you what it is, right?
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that when you get to where you're going.
For sure.
So, as you're thinking about your sister, as your shit, you don't walk, you trot, don't you? As you're trotting down the road, can you describe to me what he looks like when we would come through the woods and see Alodor?
Yeah. Sorry, I had to pull it up on my phone because so Alodor has hazel eyes. His hair is chestnut, so chestnut brown, and then because of living out in the highlands, the plains, pretty much, not much sage. So my skin is honey brown. So I'm just a browned centaur altogether, but with different tones, But I have a gentle face that because I haven't really known much, but with the shred of sadness because I'm hopeful I can try to find, but there's always that little doubt in my mind that I may not succeed,
Okay.
Yeah.
Does he have long hair or does he have short hair?
He has long hair.
Long hair? Okay. I was just curious.
Yeah.
So as we kind of, our view rapidly flows through the woods, we approach the centaur. He's running, jogging through his woods. He's not in any rush particularly, but he also knows that time is of the essence, that his sister is sick, that his sister is hurt. that he is her last hope. In the distance, he begins to see these tiny spires that over time become massive. And when I tell you Candlekeep, the images of Candlekeep online are hard to find in royalty-free images. But I can show you a picture of Mont Saint Michel in France, which is what I like to imagine if you were there, if you were looking at it in 2020 vision, is what it would look like. Mont Saint Michel is a beautiful, beautiful cathedral island, I guess, in France. A big, massive cathedral on top. And the way Candlekeep is described in the book is that it looks like an endless amount of candlesticks atop a birthday cake. Massive spires standing atop 50-foot tall walls, surrounding a massive courtyard, holding more even taller spires in the center. It's a massive castle. A lot of grab dray other than the roofs. The roofs are all different colors, so it gives the illusion of colored candlesticks. It gets its name Candlekeep from this view that it looks like melted candles kind of just pouring down an angled surface. It is on a cliff face, as you can see by the image I have up here in the corner. I will move a little closer so you can see it. That is the Dungeons and Dragons depiction of Candlekeep. It is as Disney picture-esque castle looking as you can think. It is a beautiful place. It's very well maintained. And in the very highest, tallest tower in the dead center, on the highest point of the land, there is a shining beacon. It is indescribable. Candlekeep is essentially the Library of Alexandria of the Sword Coast. Now, it is well known across Sword Coast that Candlekeep is the repository of all knowledge. I don't know if you came up with this yet, Cass. You did bullshit me backstory, so I'm throwing it to you anyway. You do know, everybody knows that to get into Candlekeep, it costs you something. It costs you a tome or book of knowledge that the Keep doesn't already have. They have what was probably millions of books. It has been thousands of years of amassed knowledge piled into one keep. So, Cass, Alodor, what book did you bring? He says as he scrambles through his notes to find the book. Cass?
Unless he DC'd.
He might have DC'd. I don't know. In the top, it doesn't say disconnected. Okay.
I'm back. I'm sorry. It's just I had to look through my notes because I had it in my I had it in my inventory, but the book didn't save. So
That's
it's
okay.
called Daydream Compodium of the West.
Okay. Have you read this book? Has
So,
Alodor read
given
this
the
book?
name, you're gonna think I have.
Okay.
All right. So a little backstory of it, right? So the Centaur people, they're made of 12 tribes, right? Each tribe is tasked with has I would say it describes it in the compendium as a hero, right? So each one
Kind
is
of
known as the 12
champion
pillars.
of the tribe.
Pretty much,
Yeah.
yes. It's known as the 12 pillars, and each tribe worships them not
Okay.
as gods, but as more of a good luck. So, I'm certain none of the books of the 12 pillars has come to Candlekeep, but that is I'm not totally certain, just
Okay.
because that's the other tribe's business. But my tribe allowed me to bring this in exchange to try to information on the disease.
Right. Okay. I'm for that. Like I said, in the distance, you can see the spires start to rise from the tree line, and you know your journey is almost, let's say, halfway done. I don't want to say complete. Your journey to Candlekeep is almost complete, but your journey to this knowledge you feel is halfway done. So you're getting this sense of accomplishment as you gallop towards, and even so, you find yourself running faster and faster because of the excitement that you have been told by many that this place holds the knowledge that you seek. Now we're gonna come back to Vincent. Galloping his horse, the sun is setting. You know that the shadows will be in your favor because it's one of the things you're ready for. You also know that you're down to only 3 daggers. You have 3 left. You know that these people shooting bows and arrows, or shooting arrows from their bows at you, are getting more and more accurate. They're getting closer and closer to you. You know, they've nicked one of your robes. They've probably ricocheted a round or 2 off of the stirrups. They're getting damn close to hitting you. They're very well trained for horseback archers. You stole this horse from these people. You're riding to Candlekeep because you're in search of your own knowledge, which we'll come to later. What do? You know if you throw your knives, you're not going to get them back. That's the thing. And you're down to 3. So, what do you do in this scenario? You're running for your life at this point.
What are my current surroundings?
You're on a very previously well-traveled trail, so it has carved a pretty decent road. You know, not concreted road by any means, but a dirt path that is very traveled enough over time that it has carved a decent line through the woods. You know, on either side you do have pretty thick woods. And then, you know, not far to the east through those woods is a direct cliff down. You have come through Baldur's Gate. You started in Waterdeep. You've come south through Baldur's Gate. You've traveled through Baldur's Gate. That is where you stole your horse that you're riding currently, which you don't know the name of.
Okay.
You just stole the best looking horse they had, I'm assuming. That seems like something Vincent would do.
Yes. How far am I from
Candlekeep?
Candlekeep, yes, sorry.
You can see the spires in the distance.
I can see the spires. So
Yeah, just peeking over the edge of the mountain. So you figure you're still several miles off.
Okay. And how many people are pursuing me? Sorry, last question.
Roll a d6.
Roll a d6. That's second to the left on this board. On that.
Should be. It's a square one. Cubes. Yep. 6.
I've got 6 people chasing me, and I have 3 knives.
You have 3 knives that you know if you throw, you're not getting back. Because how are you going to go find them? You're in the woods. You're never going to remember exactly where you threw it. So let me not say never, because the dice decide.
Yeah.
It's very unlikely.
Very unlikely that I'm going to be able to stop.
to re-find your daggers, exactly. Now that's not to say that I'm gonna give you an idea here. You don't have to follow it. That's not to say that you couldn't jump from horse to horse and kill every single person with a knife in your hand and never leaves your hand, so you never lose it.
Is what is their distance from me to them?
I'm gonna say there's 2 galloping on you rather quickly. They've stopped shooting their bows, and there's still 4. There's gonna be 3 in the pack behind him. They're still trained on you with bows, and there's one that seems to be having trouble with his horse. He's still close enough that you know he's there. When you look back, you can see 6 people, but he seems to be trailing behind. Something is wrong with his horse.
So,
Shit, I'm gonna have to go get my dice. I got them. Never mind, they're right here.
So I would. So what I want to do is I'm going to throw a dagger at the closest horse to me, hoping that when that horse falls would trip up some of the other horses behind him.
Okay, so you're just gonna try and hit the closest horse to you with a knife?
Yes.
Are you?
Yes.
Now I'm gonna ask you. You do have your sharpshooter feat, so you don't have to worry about a. How do I put this? You don't have to worry about a disadvantage on a distance. I'm gonna say he's probably getting close to that 20 feet anyway, but 60 feet on a dagger.
Okay.
I do need to look up the stat block on a horse because I don't know it.
I'm
give me
hopefully
a second.
aiming for like the shoulder blade area, just to hopefully it's gonna cause the horse to trip or fall. This is my hope. I'm long shotting this.
It's possible. Do you want to use that extra part of the sharpshooter feat where you take the -5 to hit for a potential +10 damage bonus, or do you not want to take that risk?
Since I'm not worried, what am I gonna need for damage to cause the horse? That's the question.
You don't know. You're not very familiar with the horses of Baldur's Gate, the draft horses that they ride.
And this would be
It would be an attack roll. So it'd be a d20 plus whatever your attack modifier is for daggers.
Dagger.
Yep. Now you're on horseback, right? So do me an animal handling check to see how well you're riding that horse.
Give me just a second. It signed me out of my D&D.
That's okay. Just do it on your phone. That way we can move through this. Because you're not even at Candlekeep yet. We're trying to progress. Just do it on your phone. We'll get to it. Or just if you hit the back button, it should just drop you right back in the thing.
Yeah, you back buttoned me as I was logged in.
That's fine.
Okay, so you need a animal handling check?
Yeah, animal handling. D20 plus whatever your animal handling is.
Yep, I gotta find that skill.
It should be one of the very top on the skill list.
My animal handling is a -1, so you get a D20 roll.
D20 -1 then.
Which the D20 is the second to the right, or second last to the right? Because I think. Yes.
No, that's D12. It's the one all the way on the right. Sorry.
Oh.
Yeah.
I gotta roll that so it'll go away. There we go. So 12, so an 11.
11. Okay, so you're riding this horse. It's a lot bigger of a horse than you're used to coming from Waterdeep. Typically, you're used to smaller horses. Waterdeep has a lot tighter streets than Baldur Gate. So we're going to say you're used to maybe faster horses because they're a little bit smaller. This horse is very, very Clydesdale-like. It is thick. Just open it up and click authorize. It's fine. You can use my page.
I did, yeah.
Yeah, and then just go to campaign. You have to go up to the collections in the top left and then go to my campaign.
Already got my character sheet up on me. I'm logged in now.
Okay. It was maybe I was a couple steps behind you, I don't know. Visually, anyway. Let me just go down here to Candlekeep, open up the map. That's fine. I'll just leave the map like that. This horse is a little uncomfortable for you. You know, you're a medium average build guy, and human, and this is a rather thick horse. It's not made for anybody bigger than you. It's just you grabbed the biggest, strongest looking horse they had, and they caught you. Or they want to catch you. Yeah, they visually saw what you did and they're going after you. That being said, as weird of a mechanic as this is going to sound, because you're doing it, I'm going to give that horse half cover, even though he's not even behind cover. It's just a slight bonus to his AC because of the difficulty of you riding a horse, turning around, and throwing a dagger. And keep in mind, when you throw this, you will be down a dagger, so you have to remove it from your inventory.
That's fine.
Yeah, go ahead. So it's a d20 roll plus whatever your attack modifier is for daggers. Which I'm going to shift 9 back over to your table.
I believe.
It is a +6.
Yes, so it's a +6, but I also believe with sharpshooter I ignore half cover.
That's right, you do. So we'll say because you're so well trained, even though you're not as well trained on horseback, you still make the throw. Go ahead and roll d20.
D20?
Yeah, you're not going to suffer the inconvenience of the horse being. You steady yourself is what I mean. You
Okay.
take a deep breath. You make the shot as needed. So d20 +6. 17. Shit, yeah, that hits, homie. So you're aiming for the horse's shoulder.
Yes, I'm
Okay.
aiming for the horse's shoulder,
Give me your damage roll.
which is a D6, correct?
D4.
D4 +4, yeah.
Yeah, D4 +4 because you rolled so fucking high for your dex stat.
That's
So
gonna
it's
be
a 7. Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of damage for a horse. He's not dead, but he is going to definitely stumble. Let me see how badly here. Yeah. We're gonna say that front foot buckles when he runs. That front right leg that you're shooting at when you throw your dagger, it's gonna buckle out from underneath him. Meaning that horse is going to fall because I rolled a natural 1. Which is great for my first roll of the fucking campaign. Yeah, so I mean, me rolling a natural 1, that horse is going to step as the dagger hits, that foot is just going to curl up underneath him, and he's going to basically chest and face plant because of how elongated a horse's front end is, and that rider is going to go right over top of him. So you've knocked one horse completely out of the fight. But you are down a dagger. You have 2 left.
Okay.
The other rider is going to start to approach, and see how close he gets. Fuck me. Alright, so he's within...
Oh.
He's within 10 feet of you. He's not as close as I wanted him to be. We're going to say he's within 10 feet of you. Him and his horse are, his horse is seemingly faster than your horse, or you may not be riding your horse to the extent that you think it can be rode.
Okay.
Because you did roll at 11 on animal handling, so we're gonna say that you're dropping behind. You're not riding him as well as you could be.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not necessarily the horse's fault. That's what I'm trying to say. That being said, he is out of range, so he can't really do a whole lot to you. The other 3 are going to take some bow shots at your horse, though, so we'll see.
So that was my next question, because I did try to trip those other 3. I was going to ask if any of them tripped in the process.
I didn't hear you say that. I'm sorry. Go ahead and roll me 3 d20s. Roll them separately, though. So roll them separately. And then we're going to add your performance modifier to them. As weird of a stat as that sounds, it's going to be how well you did your job.
My performance modifier.
It's going to be on that skills list, the long, really long list in the middle of the screen, and then you have to scroll it down to.
Oh, huh?
Oh shit!
Playing D&D.
Yeah, we're playing D&D. We didn't join the D&D stream chat. Is all it was.
Oh, okay.
Performance is a +0, so.
Goodbye.
Bye, Killen. Do me a favor, guys, and jump to the D&D streams chat. It's in the D&D thing on Discord.
Yeah,
It'll put us in. It'll put us in the same order, and then it'll put it private so nobody can join.
I don't see the D&D stream chat. There it is.
Yeah, it's in its own folder. Okay, do the same thing for me, Cass.
Where?
It, on the left side, there'll be like the categories you can pick on Discord.
Oh, I see it.
One of them is D&D. Yeah, and then just join the D&D streams chat. Perfect. There we go. And now everything will line back up the way it's supposed to.
Hooray.
All right, so I have a +0 on performance, but
Ooh, son. Okay, so essentially, why that would be a performance roll is because it's how well you're doing the job that you set out to do. You're not necessarily acting, but it's how well you did what you were trying to do. You were trying to throw that dagger. You got a really good hit with that dagger. You really hurt that horse. It fell down. It hurt the rider very badly. When I rolled to see how much damage that guy took when he hit the ground, and he's fucked. He's not dead, but he's fucked. When he hit, so the thing is I rolled to see if the horse would land on top of him, and it did.
Oh
man, I'm starting off on a good start.
That was good, homie. That was a good idea to try and throw it at the horse rather than the rider. I'll tell you that.
Okay, so I need to roll 3d20 to see if any of those.
Yes, separately though, and they're gonna be +0 to see if they're gonna trip over them essentially.
So my first one is a 11.
Okay. Oh shit!
And I have
I'm dropping dice. Hang on.
15.
Okay, that one's probably gonna be good. First one falls. Second one falls.
13.
Third one's still riding, so you have at least 3 horses behind you still. 2 are gonna fall on that other horse.
Okay, so I've cut down 3 with 1 move.
You cut down 3 with 1 move, and that's not bad, homie. That's fucking great start for a D&D campaign.
First ever action in a D&D campaign to take out 3 people.
That's right, with 1 dagger, homie. A dagger. It takes a D4. That being said, so 1 is still behind. Well, two are far behind. 1 is directly behind. The 1 is still having trouble with his horse. Let's see how bad of trouble. With a natural 20, he's not having trouble anymore. His horse is hauling ass. His horse caught up, so you do still have 3 on you right now. He's not caught up with you. He's gonna take a couple of turns, so we'll see how many turns. 2. Okay, so he's gonna take 2 turns. So you're gonna have the ability to do 2 things essentially before he catches up to you with the other horse. So you could take out the other 2 horses first. You have that option. You have the one guy that's on a bow behind you who's gonna try and hit you with a 14. Oh shit, cast disconnected. That's fine, yeah, we'll pick him back up.
So he's gonna try to hit me with no 14.
Of course.
With a 14.
That is my AC.
Your armor class? Okay, so that is gonna hit then. That's fine, I got you, Cass. Also need an invite. 1 second. It's gonna take you a little while to render, it's alright.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
We might even be, I might even be able to run most of this without the thing running. You know what I mean? Like you might be able to back out of it, and I just tell the story essentially because I don't have a map built for this. I'm just using the maps that they're providing right now. So if anything, you could just pull up the D&D stream, and we can keep you up that way. Or the Twitch stream is what I was trying to say. So.
Yeah.
So you said 14 is your AC, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so that arrow is going to hit. And you are going to take 3 damage from that arrow. It is going to pierce, let's say,
nick my ribs or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's gonna come probably. I'm not gonna cripple your arm. That's not what I'm trying to do. Let's just roll a dice to see what's gonna land on, because there is like a stat block for this. Okay, left thigh.
Left thigh? Alright.
Yeah, it's gonna end up in your left thigh. So you do take that arrow, it just sticks right in your left thigh. It does hurt severely because it is an arrow piercing into your flesh. But you are still riding. What do you do? It's your turn again. Go ahead.
How far behind is that guy on the faster horse?
The one that was already close to you, or the one that was catching up with the natural 20?
About 10 feet?
About 10 feet, yeah.
Okay. Do I have any like tree branches or anything sticking out above, like in reach above me or anything like that? Over this path?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe not reachable sitting on the horse, but if you stood, possibly. Yeah, which okay, I would need an acrobatics check to see if you could do that.
Yeah. Was there anything attached to the horse when I took it?
Saddlebags, but you didn't look. Didn't look in them.
Okay.
Yeah. This horse, it looks like it was getting ready to go on a journey.
Okay.
Yep. But you didn't look in the bags. Their horses also have bags. It seems to be that these guys were getting ready to go somewhere, and you stole their horse out from underneath them.
Okay, so I would like to search the saddlebags, actually.
Okay, so that's going to be an investigation check.
Okay. So that's gonna be a +1. But I'm not adding damage for that.
No, because it's not Fey Fiend or Undead.
Yeah.
Pro tip, if you guys like Reese's, Reese's has started making marshmallow top Reese's, like Fluffernutters, but it's in a Reese. Shit's wild.
What do I need to roll for that investigation check?
A D20.
I'm gonna take a 13.
13? Okay. You find a ring on a necklace. Standard bedroll equipment, backpack. Yep, I'm dropping mine. Reese's. It's your standard, like, traveler's day pack.
Okay.
Spare clothes, spare pair of boots, water skin, a wine skin. And they're very clearly labeled. One is one is clear. You can see it's water. The other one is deer hide of some kind, a hide of some kind.
Okay.
2 flasks of oil. And roll D8.
D8. That is.
One looks like a diamond. Or 2 pyramids stacked on top of each other.
Yep. That is going to be a 6.
I was really hoping you didn't roll 6. A short bow. Oh, I'm sorry, a hand crossbow.
A hand crossbow?
A hand crossbow. And since you got one, I'll give you some bolts for it. Roll a d6. And there are 4 bolts. Roll a d20 now. We're doing evens and odds for this one.
D20?
Odds is good, evens is bad.
9.
Okay. It's loaded.
All right.
Now, because you took the time to investigate something,
Yeah, I figured that was my action for the turn.
you have a bonus action. Your movements are all going to go together, so it's not like you can run away from them. You're all moving in the same pack.
Okay. So I'd like to. So I can use my bonus action to attack, can't I?
You had to take the melee attack to do that.
Okay.
You can activate your rights, because you're a rogue blood hunter. But having seen what you did to that first guy with the first horse, hold on, and the second horse, and the third horse, with a fucking 3 and a 4, I don't know what mojo has rubbed off of my dice. This is some bullshit. Because these are my dice that I used to fuck up Cass and Nick with.
And it's
These
not
are-
rolling in your
these
favor.
are the-
orange and yellow
These
one.
are the yellow and red ones, yeah.
Not rolling in your favor.
These ones.
Yes, they lost the mojo.
They lost the mojo, homie. I also still have these ones that I haven't rolled yet.
It's just me, because I bet you're gonna roll them against Cass and roll nat 20s.
It's possible.
Yeah.
Roll me another animal handling check real quick.
And that was a D6
20.
or D20. I'm learning still.
You're good, dude.
That is going to be a 4. Oh shit.
Alright, having seen what you did to the other 2 guys, you know that taking down the horse seems to be the better option. But in searching through the bags behind you, you kind of took your attention off of riding forward for a second. Give me a... Shit, what's your passive perception? Because you're going to be turned around. I'm going to say you don't see this coming.
My perception?
Passive perception.
Passive perception, I believe, is a 9.
He did. He was very excited, Sammy.
Passive perception, yes, it is a 9.
9?
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah, I've got a. You forgot I had a
Go-
decent passive perception, didn't you?
No, that's... Go ahead and roll me a d20 at disadvantage, so 2 and take the lower number. You can roll them both at the same time because it'll show us the separate numbers.
11.
11. Okay. Yeah, with your acrobatics modifier, that's gonna be enough. That'll be 15. At the very last second, you hear the horse's head brush some branches, and you know that his head is below where your head is. He's lower than you, so you know you have just that long to move, and you catch yourself just fast enough that you don't get absolutely shithoused. You know, I'm sorry, you don't get absolutely have your shit rocked by a tree branch, because that would have fucking sucked. Let me tell you, the guy behind you that's very close to you with a 19 also gets out of the way. We'll say that he dodges it. I don't know, we'll say he does some fancy shit. He leans back and fucking Neo Matrixes this goddamn tree branch, homie, and you did some fucking, like, laid flat, planked on the horse or something. Just for story's sake, we'll say that's what happened. You laid down very tightly, you know, like you're hugging a crotch rocket almost.
Yeah.
That being said, let's jump back to Cass for a second. Cass, you are getting close as hell, man. You're getting very excited. Alodor you can feel your hope climbing, if that makes sense. You know it deep down inside that this is the place where you need to be to save your sister.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It is drastically important that you do this, you be here, you do this thing. Now, as you're galloping, you can hear your own, you know, that typical do-do-doom, 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 do-do-doom of a horse, you know, as he's galloping along, because your lower half is that of a massive fucking horse. I don't know, I don't own horses, or horses are like, is 6 foot tall for a body? Is that like a lot for a horse? I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't really know a whole lot for horses.
You're from Ocala, dog.
Yeah, I know. Horse capital of the fucking world, and I don't own no goddamn horses, homie. I've dated a bunch of girls that have owned them, but I don't fuck with horses. I don't fuck with horses.
You didn't think to learn about horses, that's for sure.
I own a motorcycle. Oh shit. Dalton went hunting and he got himself a buck. That's great, man.
Nice.
That's fucking great. Now your dad has to teach you how to gut a deer. Good luck with that.
Yeah, you have to get your first buck. That's law.
If you don't get blooded in, you didn't kill it.
You didn't kill it, yeah.
It doesn't count. If you don't get blooded in, you didn't kill it. It doesn't count. I'm calling it right now. That's great though, dude. We're super fucking happy for you. That's a big fucking stepping stone. Yeah, put it in the fucking maybe not Gen chat. I don't know, something on Discord.
Put it in Gen chat.
Try not to make it too fucking graphic. That's all I'm saying.
Congrats, Dalton. I know that's a great feeling.
Yeah, that's a huge feeling for somebody who enjoys hunting to get their first deer, dude. That's fucking awesome. I'm super proud.
Buck it's unreal, dude. It is.
That's important enough we can break from the game, right?
Yes.
So we'll start here. We'll get back to it. Let me shift over to your table. Actually, what is it? 6 for you? It is 6 for you. God damn it, I'm getting good at this. Okay. I'm remembering shit, man. I spent like 20 something hours in here making this room. All right.
I'm aware.
As you're starting to get close to the kind of split off road that takes you to the entrance of Candlekeep, you start to hear a lot more galloping, and it sounds much more rushed than yours. It sounds like whoever it is. I mean, you know, because you have horse legs, they're either running to or from something. You know what that sound is. You know, you have run to or from something in this manner before, and you know exactly the difference between that normal a horse, you know, horse pace to insanely fast, you know, he is Kentucky Derby sprinting his ass off as this horse on a horse, and you can hear him You don't even know it's a him yet. You see a hooded figure, you know, in the distance, the very farthest you can see down this grassy, very shady because the trees go up and wrap over the top of create kind of a canopy, a tunnel almost. And ahead you can also see the split off. You know, the split off is probably, if you split this into thirds, it would be on your 1/3, and then there would be a third section, and that another third, and the far end of that would be the shaded figure riding on horseback. You're very keen to this sound, though. You know what it is.
Okay.
Trying to stress that part.
Okay. Okay.
It's somebody running to or from something. You know what it is. What do you do?
I'm gonna, just because I hear it, I'm gonna slow down and just kind of confusedly look around. Or
you know the sound's coming from in front of you.
What
are you trying to look for?
For the origin of the sound. Like, I'm trying to like slow down and try to. Like,
well, in the distance, you know, let's call it a mile. That's fair. A mile ahead of you. It's a small figure. There's a dust cloud behind it. It is moving. It is coming towards you. You can see the small little black dot growing bigger and bigger and bigger, very, very slightly. It's much easier to tell when you stop, when you come to a complete stop. You can very clearly see that it is coming towards you. It is hauling ass.
Okay. Oh, jeez. Okay. I'm gonna. All right. So I stopped. I'm gonna start moving again. I'm gonna start I'm gonna start galloping towards.
Okay, quickly or stealthy or just a normal pace.
A normal pace, but I'm gonna move a little bit further to the right just to be out of the way.
Okay, so kind of to the. Well, you're going northward and he's coming southward. I want to clarify that for you. So if you look at the map for me, like I didn't send you the map of. Yeah, I did. I sent you the map. It's in Discord.
Yeah.
So if you pull up the map of Candlekeep, I'm sorry, not even the map of Candlekeep. This would be a map of Faerun, which is in the D&D chat on Discord. So look in that real quick.
Yep. Yes, sir.
Candlekeep is just below Baldur's Gate. He is coming from Baldur's Gate southward to you. You're going northward to Candlekeep.
Okay.
So when you get to the right, you're going to be going away from the road that goes to Candlekeep.
No, I'm not turning right. I'm gonna push to the right. So if I'm walking,
so you just want to be on the right tree line, essentially.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to be on the right side, still on the path heading towards.
Okay, so you're just kind of trying to get out of the way. I misunderstood. When I thought you said going to the right, I thought you were trying to say you're going down the trail. So that's what I was trying to clarify.
No. Yes. I'm just trying to push off and just keep going, but just not trying to be in the way.
Okay. Okay. Anything else? Or should we jump back into his combat?
Yeah. Let's go back to his combat. I'm not close enough to do anything to know what's going on.
Okay. Well, we jump back into it. Paying the attention snaps back to you as you're galloping your horse. You have the your right hand dominant, correct? Vincent is right hand dominant.
Yes.
Okay, so you have the reins in the left hand. You're riding the hell out of this horse. Give me another animal handling check.
And that is a D20.
Yes. It's -1, right? Yeah. Oof.
8.
All right. Roll me a D10. I gotta roll 2 dice too.
I don't know if I rolled a 10.
10? A 9? Okay.
9.
We will say with your little 9 roll there, that was positive enough that you're doing okay. Even though you're having a lot of trouble maintaining speed on this horse. He seems to be slowing up, speeding down, slowing up, speeding down. You know, and you know that part of it is you taking your attention off to look at the people behind you, to search the bags, to throw a dagger. What you've been doing to keep yourself as safe as you want to call your lifestyle. You know that a lot of this is your doing. It's your not understanding the horse, this particular horse. You're not bonding well with him, it seems. If you roll negatively again, like below a 10, you're gonna start having bad problems.
Okay.
On the animal handling checks. The next round, you'll have to roll another animal handling, essentially.
Okay.
So that being said, you're having some trouble. What do you plan on doing? Your animal handling check is gonna affect what happens. That's why I keep having you do this.
Is the guy behind me on a smaller horse more suited for my size?
Yeah. Yeah, his source is smaller for your size. Yeah, I'm gonna say when you picked this horse, you picked it because it was the largest. It appeared to be the strongest. It was the most muscularly defined. Now you're realizing that this is probably a horse made for towing.
Yes.
Not a horse built for speed, and you needed a horse built for speed.
Okay. So
the horse
what I'd
behind
like to
you
do
seems to be smaller, leaner, and faster, much faster.
is I would like to kick the guy off the other horse and take his.
Like you want to stand up on your horse, jump to his horse, and flying kick him off of it?
Or just knock him off as I'm landing on his horse.
Okay.
Or at least attempt.
Okay. So to climb up on your horse, to stand on it, I'm gonna do an acrobatics check. So it's a d20 plus a 4. Yeah.
That's gonna be 11.
Okay. It's gonna be uneasy footing. So we're gonna say your next roll is gonna be disadvantaged because you rolled poorly for animal handling. And that one was not the best roll either. So the DC for that was going to be a 14. You needed to roll at least a 14 to get to the other one. So you needed to roll a 10 plus 4, essentially.
Okay.
Wait, was it 11 on the dice? Or was it 11,
no,
11 total? Did you add the 4 to it?
Yeah. 11.
Okay. Yeah, so that being said, your uneasy footing when you make the jump, your athletics check to make this jump from one to the other, is at disadvantage. So because of those 2 negative rolls. You didn't meet the DC for the other one, plus the negative horse. You know, we're gonna say when you stand up, it makes the horse a little uncomfortable. And he seems to be, I'm not gonna say slowing down to let the other horse get closer, because that would seem like it would better your situation. We're gonna see that he seems to just be uncomfortable with somebody standing on him. He was okay with somebody riding him, not all that well. Standing on him is just really unsettling for the horse, and it seems to be fucking you up too. So, give me 2 d20s, take the lower number, whatever your athletics modifier is. Add that in. It's a 1. What's your athletics modifier? Just so I can do the math here.
That's a +4. It's a 5 either way.
Your athletics is +4?
Yeah.
You're reading acrobatics.
Oh, acrobatics.
Yeah, athletics. It's different. It's strength based.
Athletics is -2.
Oh fuck. So you rolled a -1.
Yeah, I failed this.
Let me do something here. Hang on. I fucked that up. It bounced off the table. It's a 14, that's a 16, and that's an 18.
Yep, this hurts.
Roll me 2 d6s. Oh, yeah. Together. No, I'm sorry, 2 d4s. 2 d4s, not 2 6s, I'm sorry. Just roll those and then cancel them out with 2 d4s. That would have been fucking lucky.
Really don't.
That would have been fucking lucky. All right.
1 and 3.
As you jump from this horse to the other horse, it's gonna be like almost every poor jump scene in a movie, homie. You jump from one horse to the other, both hands onto the side of the horse, and your feet are just dangling, kicking. You're trying to catch your way back up, and the horse's legs are so long and powerful in comparison to yours that as he's stepping forward, your feet start to drag, your body starts to slide off of the horse, and you're gonna fall.
Okay.
When you fall, you're gonna take 4 damage. You're gonna take 1 at first, because that's what you rolled at first. And the second horse that's gonna come very close to you, the guy who has the bow, he's gonna try and shoot an arrow at you as he passes over top of you. Now, you are prone, so he is at disadvantage because he's using a ranged weapon. Does a 13 hit?
No. My AC is 14.
Okay, because I rolled a 1 and a 9. I'm sorry, not a 1 and a 9. I rolled a 17 and a 9. So you're gonna take 4 in total. So it was 1 and the 3. 1 when you hit, 3 when you got shot by this arrow. No, I'm sorry. Fuck, not. I did that wrong. 1. You only take 1 damage. Because you hit the ground and you, while rolling, somehow dodged an arrow that was shot right from above you.
And he missed the arrow. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, Dalton, we'll see you later, homie. We appreciate you coming in and hanging out.
Congrats on that deer, man. That was massive. Like a good 8 point.
Now you have guy number 3 that rolled the natural 20
Oh, shit.
on his animal handling coming up on you rather quickly. This guy has not been carrying a bow the entire time. He has been carrying a sword. Because he was carrying a sword and his buddies were carrying the bows, I'm gonna say it's fair for you to assume that it was his fucking horse that you stole. And you have his crossbow in your hand. Which, you know what? Were you holding the crossbow or did you clamp it onto you?
I clamped it onto me.
Okay. Yeah, I'll let you retcon that in because I didn't ask at the time. That was bad on my bad for not asking what you do with the crossbow. So you have it clamped onto your side. When you fell, roll me a d6 for evens and odds.
5.
Odds are good. So we're gonna say the crossbow didn't go off because it was loaded when you put it on your hip. I was just gonna make you reload. I was gonna make it shoot you, but I was just gonna make you take the time to reload it. So he's approaching. You have his crossbow. It is attached to your hip. We're gonna see what he does because he has a sword and you have his weapon. You have his main weapon. I keep rolling this fucking dice off the table.
So is he going to be swinging at me with disadvantage because it's not his main weapon, or?
No, he essentially, even though it's not his main weapon, he is still trained in martial weapons.
Okay.
So his character is still going to be trained in martial weapons as you're approaching. Or as he's approaching you, you are still prone, which means he does get advantage on the attack, but because he's moving on horseback, I'm going to take away that advantage.
Okay.
So it's just going to be 1 single roll. And it is a fucking 13 in total. You survive. Payne has survived his first fucking iteration of combat, apparently. The other 2 that have passed you are slowing down to turn around. Obviously, they're galloping their horses rather quickly. So they have to slow down to make the turns around anyway. These aren't fucking barrel horses where they can stop on 2 fucking, in 2 strides. These are horses that are made for long distance journeys, so when they slow down, these horses are pretty winded at this point. Now, let's jump back over to Cass. Cass, you're gonna have, or Alodor, I should say. I gotta get used to calling you guys by your fucking character name. I don't even remember your Warforged name, homie. I just remember Nyx as Garnigan because it was such a strange fucking name.
Oh god, I don't even remember it myself.
It was something really simple because you were a robot. I remember it being not absurdly complicated.
Kane.
It was Kane something. That's right. Yeah. And then you like took the name of your master, whatever it was. I don't remember what was your last name. The guy who built you. Anyway, you see in front of you now galloping past you an empty horse. You didn't really catch what happened at the far end of this, almost. We'll say he's probably close to 3/4 of a mile at this point. You didn't really see what happened. You just know now that this horse is riderless. gallops right past you like you're not even there, homie. Just takes on, just gone. Man's moving pretty quickly. You could easily keep up. You're much fitter than this horse. But it blows right by you. Saddlebags are flapping in the air. You know, saddle is just sliding back and forth like one does. In the distance, though, in that three-quarters of a mile further down the road, you can see now 3 more horses. You can see 2 that seem to be stopping very quickly. Because they are, again, as I said, these are not barrel horses. These are not horses made for stopping very quickly. These are not show horses. These are horses made for utility. You can see a 3rd horse much further back, and you can see a small, I'm gonna say small, an average-sized black cloaked figure on the ground on his 2, well, he's not on his 2 feet, I'm sorry, he's on his back. You can see him laying on the ground like it would appear that he fell from his horse.
Okay.
What do you do?
So after seeing this, I'm gonna rush towards them because I don't know what's going on. I don't know if he's hooded figure's being attacked or anything.
Okay.
What's going on? So I'm gonna rush towards them. Am I close enough to do a perception check to see what they look like? Like the guys on the horses?
I'm gonna say probably not, but what you can do is dash this round, and next round you can do it.
Okay.
You know,
so
saying 3/4 of a mile is probably a bit further than I want it to be. Let's say he's under 1/4 mile at this point. Like you have closed the ground to the. You're gonna start here at the corner where you could just take the turn and walk to Candlekeep. You can see the gates in the distance. You know, further down this road that kind of curves a little bit. You can see the gates in the distance, but he's maybe 1/4 mile further up the road. That way you have a decent picture of what's going on at this point, and that would make a little more sense for like how the horse has covered that much distance in this short amount of time.
Yeah.
So okay. you can see essentially that it is a hooded figure. It seems to be masculine in shape, and the 2 closer horseback riders are masculine. If you want to check further for that, you can. It's gonna be pretty high DC to do it though. I don't know what your perception is offhand, but you might be able to make the roll. It is entirely your choice. Would you like to dash and get closer? That way, the next round you could move, or you could perception check and then move, and you'd be pretty close to being in range.
Yeah, that's better. I'd rather it be lower than required. Than, than
so
higher.
you do your movement, you dash. You're pretty close at this point. We're doing a little loose on the movement distances here, but we're saying because you're a big ass horse, Centaur man, you're getting pretty close at this point. You're 1 full turn of movement away, so it would be another 80 feet essentially, because you move 40 feet in 1 round being a Centaur.
Yes.
So we'll say you're another 80 feet away.
Okay, that's fair. Fair.
Would you like to do anything else?
I'm also gonna pull out my spear just in case.
Okay.
Because I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
But I'll pull out my spear and.
Is there anything special about your spear? Like, do you want to talk about what it looks like or anything?
Does happen. And no, it's just wow, it's just a simple spear that we crafted.
Okay.
In the village.
What is the blade made of? That's kind of what I'm looking for here. Is it a piece of obsidian? Is it a piece of steel? A piece of bronze?
It's
piece of rock.
Iron.
Okay.
Iron spearhead.
Okay. Cool. So you have an iron spearhead. That's fine. Or iron spear with an iron spear. Or I'm sorry, wooden spear, iron spearhead. That's what I'm trying to say. Perfectly fine. Okay, so we'll jump right back into Payne's combat.
We're simple folk.
Payne, you are on your back. The 2 that seem to be slowing down or that they have slowed down. They're slowed down. They are turning around, and the other one is trying to come to a rapid stop as well. The 2 bowmen are within distance of you to shoot you because they're halfway between you and whatever this figure is that seems to be rushing at you from the distance. It kind of looks like your horse, that just left you. Because it's also chestnut brown. And that's really all you can figure out. You did just fall from a horse, so your eyes are a little fuzzy. To go beyond that, I mean, it's kind of your choice what you do right here. The third one that swung the sword at you while you were prone and missed. He's got to slow the horse down. Again, he was having trouble originally, so let me check him real quick. That's another natural 20. He's not having. No, the first one was a 1, so he was in really. I'm sorry, the first one was a 3. He was having really bad trouble with his horse. The second was a natural 20, and the third one I just rolled was also a natural 20.
What the fuck?
I don't make the rules, homie. The dice do.
I know.
That's a lie. I do make the rules. The dice enforce them. It's natural 20 on the dice, so he's gonna stop his horse rather quickly. Next turn, he would have the ability to attack you. Not this coming turn. This one is going to be stopping the horse, getting off the horse, turning around, being ready to fight with you. The next turn, he could attack you. The other two, bow's up and ready. What do you do first?
I am going to get up and run into the deep shrubbery that's on the side of the road, because you did say it is a decently dense forest.
Yeah, absolutely. It is very, very thick underbrush. Very, very thick underbrush. And very, very dark. Okay, so you're going to take your action to hide?
Yes.
Okay. You dash into the shrubbery. You can only go 30 feet. No, sorry, dash, because dash is another action. You run into the forest. You can only move 30 feet. So I'm going to say, roll me a d10. You're trying to go low here.
That is a 6.
6? Okay, so we'll say the edge of the dirt path is 6 feet from the edge of the tree line. You know, we'll say because it was a 6, the first 10 feet, you know, the 6 feet to the trees, another 4 feet before it gets very dense. After that, you're pretty well. You need to roll me a stealth check.
Okay, that's gonna be a +4, and it is my expertise. So does that also give me my proficiency bonus?
It's already included in those numbers on D&D Beyond, so it's still +4.
So I need to do a D20 roll, or?
Yes, D20 +4.
It's going to be a
14. Okay. As soon as you hit that deep shrubbery, they lose you. The two bowmen. Okay. They are going to kind of blindly fire, which is going to be a disadvantage, not negative. That's a no. That's a no. That's a nat 1. Means.
Let's go.
The first guy wildly just flings an arrow, and it's not far from you, because he rolled a 13. 13 in total is what he got.
Really close.
The arrow swung by you. It just he couldn't exactly keep track of where you were, and you fairly well hid when you ran through there. Okay. The other one was nat 1. So go ahead and roll me a d20 for evens and odds. Evens is bad, odds is good.
10.
Evens is bad. Okay, well, fuck, his bowstring breaks then. We'll just call that right there.
So question, do I have a bonus action currently, or no?
Yes, you would have a bonus action, because you use your movement to run, your action to hide. You do have a bonus action left.
Okay, I'd like to use that bonus action to draw my dagger and hold it in my hand.
That's fine. Yeah, I would have assumed that you had it already. That's fine, though, yeah.
Okay. I know I hadn't said anything about drawing any weapons yet. So
that's okay.
I want to draw.
Yeah, this early on, dude, being that your character is level 2, we're not super focused on the heavy details shit yet. It's just kind of, this whole thing is to get you into playing your character. Okay. That's the idea. What Vincent would do.
Just trying to go with the things I thought I needed to do.
That's fine. Yeah, the further we get into a campaign, like the more detail our combat battle or our battle scenarios will get into. Like when you get to the island that you're going to that I don't want to mention yet. In the main campaign, if you run into any battles, the battles are going to be a lot more precise, and I will explain a lot more, and it's going to take us a lot longer to get through them. This is taking a lot longer than I thought it was going to take, but that's fine. I don't care. Okay. That's the fun of this, is teaching you what to do.
If that's, since it's already pretty much known that I've got my dagger in hand, can I use my bonus action to pull that crossbow into my left hand?
Sure. Yeah, I can do that. That's fine. Yeah. Because of how reliant you are on your, very close combat blades and being daggers, I would say that you would almost always have one on you. Like when you sleep, when you eat, you would have one within arm's reach at all times.
Okay.
Yeah. That being said, is there anything special about your daggers? Are these just cheap, shitty, iron daggers? Or are these steel daggers? Or what do the handles look like? Is there anything special about them?
So these daggers, and so what they were a gift to me for joining the guild, and they are pitch black steel daggers.
What guild?
Shadow Thieves.
Remember, I know. People watching don't know.
For joining the Shadow Thieves when I was younger.
Okay.
And as a gift for completing my training, I was gifted these three pitch black steel daggers.
One you have lost.
That one I have lost, yes.
Yeah, but the intention is for you to use them.
Yes.
When you're gifted something by a thief guild that were probably stolen, but when they were given to you, the intention is for you to protect yourself with them. So part of you, I would say, is rather excited about that you feel like, yes, you finally got to the point in your career where you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. This is the intensity that you signed up for.
Yes.
Okay. Anything else?
Okay, so they're pitch black daggers with a leather hilt on them with red threading throughout it. I like that color combo.
That sounds cool, yeah.
But a single one of those daggers has a red stripe up the middle.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take that. That being said, you see a figure. I don't say him yet. You see a figure bolt into the woods, and you see the two that already had got off their horses fire 2 arrows. One of them you see very clearly his bow has a problem. I'm gonna say you're not necessarily close enough to see that his bowstring broke yet, but there seems to be something wrong with his bow. He puts his hand down. He's obviously yelling something, a curse. What languages do you speak?
That is.
It'd be in your proficiencies.
Druidic, Elvish, Sylvan, and Common.
Yeah, so you're gonna know exactly what he's saying because he's saying this in Elvish. Essentially, he yells, "This piece of shit," what he's gonna say essentially is "human piece of shit."
Human piece of shit.
Human piece of shit. As he throws the bow on the ground and draws a short sword.
Okay.
Whether or not that's directed at the figure who just ran into the woods, or if that is directed at the bow, I'm gonna say because you didn't necessarily see the bowstring break, you're not necessarily sure which one it's directed at. But it was said in an aggravated tone, loudly enough that you at 80 feet away could clearly hear it in a different language.
Wow. Jeez. Okay. He's mad.
What do you do?
So, my turn, I'm guessing. Or...
Yes. Yeah.
Right,
it's on you now.
I'm gonna move up 40 feet, so that should be 40 feet away. 40 feet away.
Yes.
I'm gonna do a perception check because I know that he's speaking Elvish, but I don't know what he looks like, and I want to see if I can tell.
That's fine. Let me tell you a little bit about them before you decide whether or not you want to make a perception roll, because now you're close enough that I would tell you that your passive perception would tell you a little bit.
Okay.
Before you actively have to go and seek and waste a turn trying to do this. I don't want to say waste, but like intentionally use a turn for this. You might not have to, based on the information I gave you. As you get closer, these 3 men, the ears, very clearly Elvish. Their skin is very, very olive brown dark. The armor that they're wearing is very, very dark steel. It's almost black. The one who is still on the horse is wearing like a black leather armor rather than a metal armor, but it does have metal accents across the chest. Like there's essentially two metal chest pieces that are separated like pecs would be essentially.
Yeah.
And then along the abdomen there are 2 metal slits going straight down. That same very dark black steel. his helmet, very clearly dark black metal, and his helmet has a red stripe running from right between the eyes to the very clearly back of his head, where his long, very, very dark black hair is flowing out of the bottom of it. The other two, you can't see their hair flowing out of the bottom of their helmets. You just see it on him. He does look to be... His face, because he's still facing you, I would say he very clearly looks like he would be an elder of the two that you just saw turn around.
Okay.
Okay. That's the information I'm going to give you.
Ooh,
That is your
so-
passive perception knowing that, because you're a fucking druid and your perception's stupid.
Yeah, I
laugh
saw
like
that.
mine's not fairly
Oh,
good.
dang. Oh, dang, that's a good thing. I'm 40 feet away.
Sure.
I'm going to announce myself just so that I don't surprise them if I try to move closer and then I'm 10 feet away and go, hey, what's going on?
I'm going to tell you, based on your perception, they know you're there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they know you're there, but you're not their intended target by any means. You're very clearly insignificant to them at this point in time.
Wow, that's messed up.
I don't mean it as an insult. I'm just...
No, I know.
Yeah, you played with me enough to know what I talk about and the way I
man.
mean it when I say it. Come on.
I know. I know.
I've done pissed these guys the fuck off.
You've
Yeah,
seen the
I'm
hooded
good.
figure dressed in black run into the woods.
I'm just gonna yell, what's going on here? I'm saying, are you guys in trouble?
Now
Because
remember,
I'm
these
still trying to
are very clearly full-blooded elves. Do you want to tell the cast what your half, your humanoid half is?
What
Do you not remember? I'll tell you if you don't remember.
Oh, my bad, dude.
You're
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, no, it's not druidic, is it?
Dryad.
No. Dryad.
Yeah, it's very close to druid. It's okay. Your druid is your class. Your race is centaur. But being centaur,
Yeah.
you get to be half whatever you want to be, as long as it's a humanoid creature, half horse. So,
Okay.
just like Nick's character is half dragon, he chose elf as his other half. So he's half dragon, half elf.
Wow.
Meaning he
That's-
lives for 2,000 years.
My boy. That's beautiful.
But you get to choose your other half. I totally allow that. Even if it's not in the books, I would allow that. Dryad is what you are, which is, it comes into importance later. You're half dryad, you're half horse. So when you pull up, when you're approaching them, elves are typically xenophobic. You know this. You've dealt with them before.
Yeah.
They're in your woods. You know, the woods that the horse half of your family. Yeah. Well, they've grown to be good with you. But these aren't elves that you don't recognize. You don't recognize where they're from because their skin is a color you've never seen. But you know those ears.
Yeah.
Those are the elves that they have to be related in some way, somehow, to the ones that are in your woods too. That being said, when they look at you, one of them spits. He does not want to pay you the time of day. The one that is very clearly 10 years their senior screams, "Begone, half-blood."
Oh, you mad?
This is none of your concern. Screams it at you. He's very clearly unhappy. This man he's in a bad fucking mood. I'll give you a chance to do something else. Because you didn't roll a perception check, so do your thing. What do you want to do?
Oh man, that's hard. I'm just kind of flabbergasted at this. I'm gonna. Can I?
Yeah, I don't know that Alodor would have experienced a lot of.
about this.
Yeah, you could spend a turn just like processing.
Yeah, Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, because I'm gonna say I don't think Alodor would have experienced this kind of like hatred up to this point. This kind of direct, like intentional hatred. They just don't like you because you're you.
Awful.
This is true xenophobia at its core. They do not like you because you are half-blooded. But that's it? You want to spend your turn just kind of processing what's going to happen?
Just in shock, just shell shock.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're going to jump back to Vincent.
Just leave it off. Thank you for cheering. Oh, sorry. Dalton cheering for 800. I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, dude, take your shot.
So.
No. Don't skip forward. Take your shot.
Nah, boy. Get that shot going, son.
To clarify where you are 20 feet into the woods. You're hidden. They're not tracking you very well. That arrow was very close to you. They know what direction you've went in. And you've went in towards a cliff. There's only a few hundred feet worth of woods here before you hit a cliff that's going to drop several hundred feet to the water.
And two of them are currently facing...
Two of them are facing you, one is facing Cass. He's still turning the horse around at this point in time. Okay. No, one. One of the younger ones just kind of spit when he talked to him, because he saw him when he pulled up. He knew what he is.
So it's the older one talking to Cass. And they're all within 60 feet.
I wouldn't even say talking. I would say, like, he addressed him, and he was in the process of, like, he's off the horse now, in the process of turning around. Cass approached, and he was like, "Be gone, Half-Blood. This is unimportant to you." And he's, you know, in the process, literally slow motion turning as you're processing, thinking what you're gonna do.
Okay. So
before
within
he
60 feet, correct?
Yes, yeah, everybody's well within 60 feet of you. They're probably the two closest ones probably 30. The next guy probably 40. Cass probably 50.
How far is the oldest one?
40 feet.
40. Okay.
But
so, just
before you do this, remember my caveat to sharpshooter. 3/4 covers does not get ignored. Half cover does.
Okay, that's fine.
Right. You're in hiding, meaning you also can't see them.
Okay. So just a question, because it says my bonus actions is 2-weapon fighting. What does that entail?
I would
I can just fight real well close combat with 2 weapons, or I could do...
Give me 1 second to pull up the WBO, because I don't have it pulled up right now.
Let me click it, see if it does anything.
Collections.
2-weapon fighting, when you take an attack action and attack with a light melee weapon that you are holding in one hand, you can use bonus action to attack with a different light melee weapon.
It is melee weapons only, homie.
Okay.
It is not ranged weapons. So if you had 2 daggers and you slashed one, you could bonus action slash the second. But you cannot crossbow one, throw a knife the second. That's not how it works.
Okay, so what I would like to do is, since I am in hiding, so it would count as sneak attack.
Yeah.
I want to shoot an arrow at the older guy who just insulted Cass.
I'll jump off the map real quick, back to our other screen. Okay, so you said you want to shoot an arrow at the older one?
Yes.
Okay. Roll me d20, add 4. Did you add a light crossbow to your inventory? A hand crossbow?
Because I don't know how to do that.
Okay, I'll go over that with you later. I thought I told you to do that. That's fine. Don't worry about it.
Do you know the damage that the crossbow does off the top of your head?
I can look it up. I don't know about a hand crossbow. I want to say it's d6.
I will roll this d20, and the +4 is for my...
No, it's not going to be a +4 to hit. It's probably going to be a +3 to hit.
What stats can it be for my hit?
It's just going to be a d20 +3.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, hold on. Look, bottom left side of your screen. Are you proficient in... Hang on, let me come over to your screen to take a peek real quick. Scroll down on this page. I can do it, never mind. Get that shit out of the way.
I'm proficient in martial weapons and simple weapons.
Okay, yeah, so you are proficient in the crossbow then, because it's a martial.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, you.
So I would get
So
my.
it's a yeah. It's a D20. It's a D20 plus 4 then, because I was just gonna add one. Yeah, D20 plus 4.
All right. This is gonna be a 15.
15. Fuck, dude. Yeah, you're gonna hit him. Roll me a D6 plus.
D6 and that's a sneak attack.
So roll me 2d6.
2d6
Yeah, 2d6 plus plus 3.
plus 3.
Yeah.
Looking at 9.
Okay. So just so you're clear, Cass, I don't know if you remember this. There are 2 different phrases that I will tell you about an enemy when you're hurting him. Right? There is he's looking rough. Which is going to be he's half damage. He's below half damage, at half or below. Right? The other one is he's bloodied. Bloodied means he's under 10 health. Okay? Ben?
Okay.
Okay, I just want to make sure you heard me.
Yep.
So
Bloody, he's under 10 health, and looking rough, he's under half health.
Under half health, exactly. Half or below. Because if you meet half, I'll just say he's looking rough.
He's half.
If you get 10 or below, I'll say he's bloodied, right?
Okay.
So at this point in time, that arrow shot, where do you want it to hit that wasn't vital? I'm not gonna say it stabbed him in the neck because that just seems a little overboard. You may have hit him in the shoulder. You may have got right in between the plates on his armor or something like that.
I was aiming for like his side.
Aiming for his side? Okay, yeah, because they would be secured by leather. It would be secured by leather straps. That's fine. Yeah. So we'll say when he reaches up and kind of gestures at Cass, and he's like, "Be gone, halfling, or half blood. Be gone, half blood." When he does that, as he's drawing his sword with his other hand, that bolt slams into his side, dude. Hits him hard. He's looking rough. That took a lot of life out of this man. He's not below 10 yet, but he's hurting.
Okay, and so as that arrow hits, I yell at him in Elvish. That's what you get, you Elvish trash.
Ooh, okay.
And then as my bonus action, I want to reload my crossbow.
Sure, you're allowed. Do you do any of your movement? Or you stay in the same spot?
I'm gonna stay in the same spot.
Okay, so something you have to know about hiding. The action hiding.
Once I've taken a shot, I've
you are no longer hiding. They know exactly where you're at. Okay. That being said, is homie on the horse homie that just got off the horse that you shot's turn. So obviously, I feel like.
And he's the one with the still working bow, correct?
No. There is one with the bow who is still trained on you. He would have redrawn by the time he was waiting for this turn to roll around.
He was the one with the broken bow. With the working bow.
No, the one next to him was the one whose bow broke, and he's gonna draw his sword. The one next to him was in the process of drawing his short sword, and then
so the older guy's bow still works.
The older guy doesn't have a bow. There's 3 guys there.
Sorry, I'm just trying to differentiate the guys. He's
You're
the
good.
one who I had his crossbow.
You're good. Well, you don't know any of their names yet, so I haven't decided to tell you what their names are, and that's the reason. There's a reason I'm doing that. You don't know who you stole from.
But I'm assuming that he's the one who doesn't have a bow at all. Is the older.
Yes, you stole his horse. Is what you conclusion that you came to. The reason he was riding so hard, riding so fast. The first horse that you stole was his horse.
Okay, get fucked, kid. I hit you with your own bow.
Yeah, that's exactly what's happened. He had a hand crossbow, and you shot him with his own crossbow.
I just like the irony.
Right? That's got a little irony to it. It's good. Especially with how he's very clearly treated Cass. And then you're directly calling him out for being Elvish now. This man is enraged. He's gonna with, as he's kind of wincing from this pain in his side, he's very clearly, that shit hurt when it hit him. He's gonna draw his short sword, point into the woods, and say, "There he is. I see him." Because you exposed yourself when you shot, he knows where you are. Yeah, take your time, Cass. I was fixing to put us on fucking.
I'll be back. I have to run to the front desk.
That's fine. I was fixing to put us on break in a couple of minutes anyway. So if you come back and we're not talking, that's what it is. Because I have to run to the restroom and we're getting about halfway through the thing point anyway.
Yeah, I gotcha.
So that's fine. Take your time. I'm gonna say he's 40 feet from you. with his whole movement, he can't get there. His whole movement is 30 feet. So he's at a 10 feet from you movement. He can dash and make up that room. He's gonna do that. He's not gonna burn all of his dash, but you use it or lose it kind of thing. So he makes the run. He is now right up against you. He's in your face. You have one dagger in one hand. You have a reloaded hand crossbow in another.
He's right in my face, correct?
Yeah, he's rushing you. He's in your shit right now. He's up in your face.
Would that allow me an attack of opportunity?
That is only when they leave your melee range.
Okay, I didn't know how that one worked. I was just.
That's okay.
Sorry.
Something that you need to know. That we haven't talked about yet, so I don't think you would know this. Ranged weapons like a bow, or a crossbow, a pistol, anything of that sort. They are disadvantaged in melee range. So if you picked up that bow and shot him point blank, it's a disadvantage.
Okay,
That's just D&D
I have my
rules.
dagger in my hand. So.
Yeah, well, that's what I was gonna say. The dagger you can hit him with. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But also if you leave his 5-foot range, you're gonna take an attack of opportunity. If he leaves your 5-foot range, you're gonna get attack of opportunity. Just so you understand how that mechanic works.
Okay.
Okay. So he's up in your face. He can't do anything else. He's yelled at his team. He's done his movement. Let me look at his bonus actions real quick.
I could literally die here.
He's gonna cast Healing Word on himself.
Fuck me.
So remember, you did 9 damage to him,
Yes.
and he only heals for 4.
What's his total HP?
You don't know that.
I was just seeing if I could ask.
No, you don't know that. You just know that when he was hurt, he was looking rough.
Okay.
Well, I'm sorry. No, he would not have been looking rough. He would have been 1 over looking rough. If you can do math, you can figure out what his health is then.
I hit him for 9.
Yep.
Okay,
I'll let you do this. Go
I
ahead.
know his HP.
Okay, great. He has healed for 4, so technically you've only done 5 damage to him at this point. He has a little more than that.
Okay.
It's going to be the fellow with the working bow's turn. Oh, shit. What's your armor class?
14.
Oof. Alright, so an arrow from, I'm going to say it's going to be pretty hard for you to see him at this point because you have a big looming fucking elf in your face. But an arrow is going to sling right over that elf's shoulder, and it's going to smack you right in the shoulder with a 17 to hit. Well, fuck, nope, hold on. Shit. You're completely obscured by a big fucking elf, because that's what I said, so you get 3/4 cover. That's 3/4 cover, so you get +5 to your AC. He misses, because he's too short. So that arrow doesn't hit, and you're fucking lucky, because I rolled an 8 for damage. That arrow misses, and it's not a bad enough roll for me to say that it hits the boss elf. I'm still not gonna name yet. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. So that's I mean that's what happens for him. The other one is going to run into the woods. The other one was only 30 feet from you. So when he runs into the woods, he is going to be against you. I'm gonna say he doesn't have enough movement to get flanking on you. He's not gonna be able to get around behind you and take advantage from being flanked. So what we're gonna say is that he's gonna take 1 swing at you with his short sword.
Okay.
I gotta switch fucking dice. Does a 14 hit? 10 plus 4?
14 is my AC, but
14 is AC, so
I'm technically still in 3/4 cover.
No, because he is next to you
I am
now.
I am still in the shrubs.
But he knows exactly where you're at because you fired away. You gave away that advantage when you fired.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. I just want to clarify. So 10 plus 4 is 14. That matches your AC. That means it hits. So match or beat is how AC works.
Okay.
Was it short sword? Yeah, okay. Fuck me. He only has 3 damage. He has 3 damage with short sword. He cleaves down at you. He's very clearly just as offended as his boss is. This man is very obviously looking at him a kiss ass. These two look very, very similar. Now that they're in your face, even though it's very shaded, in this very thick shrubbery, you can now see the armor very clearly. Not that you haven't seen it already. They've been chasing you for miles. But you can now see all the details that I told Cass. Plus that this smaller one, this less in charge one, looks very, very similar to the older one, but his hair is shorter. His chin is a little less defined. Neither one of them have facial hair. And the one on the taller, very clearly the leader one, seems to have kind of bags under his eyes. He has, you know, the signs of age. And you know, roll me an intelligence check. Well, no, you speak Elvish. You would know this shit.
I speak Elvish and my intelligence is 14.
Yeah, I was still gonna have you roll for it, but you know, because you speak Elvish, you know enough about elves to say this. He's rather old for an elf to be wearing armor.
Okay.
The only people that are very clearly showing age, they're wearing armor that are still elves that you know of, are very important people. You know, these are kings or lords of a region, or I want to say not like heads of security.
They're like elders.
They're elders, obviously, not only because of their age, but because of their authority that they hold.
Okay.
So you may have scorned somebody that was a bigger problem than you think it is. You know, you may have thought it was just a horse, but now it's you stolen from this man, offending his honor kind of scenario. Okay. He took his swing at you. That's all he can do. He doesn't have any bonus actions. He's just a regular fighter. Well, he could action surge, I guess, but he's not going to do that yet.
So, just throwing in a question here, because
Yep.
my actions in combat currently on my list are dodge and grapple.
Yeah, you can take an action to dodge. That essentially, it doesn't retcon the hit that you just took. It's using your action to prep a dodge for when they attack again. They attack at disadvantage.
Okay. So, and then grapple, I can pretty much just throw somebody at somebody.
Grapple would be like you tackling them, trying to restrain them, but that's going to be one person. You're rather weak, so I'm going to say that's going to see you're going to have to roll to see if you fall prone when you do it because you have a 7. You have a 7 strength, and
right now would be a great time for Cass to be able to help me.
Yeah, well, it would be his turn next, actually.
Yeah. So.
But I don't know where he is. Cass, are you still here?
I mean, I can run with my next turn real fast.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm back.
You're fine. It is your turn now, Cass. Now, I will tell you, you were 10 feet from these guys. The one with the bow is still 10 feet in front of you. Let's call him. No, he'd be 20 feet in front of you. The one who told you to leave, the elder one, is he ran into the woods, and the younger one to the right of the bowman ran into the woods as well. So right now, the only one you can see. You know what? Make me a perception check, actually. See if you can tell exactly where they are in these woods.
In these woods.
Yeah.
So easy. Give me a sec.
I'm gonna give you advantage too because you're pretty fucking woodsy fella. You live in the woods. That makes a lot of sense for you to be able to like know the woods and know what stands out.
Ooh.
Ooh. Perception check at 21.
21, my boy. Ooh.
You know exactly where they went. You know you can even see the dude that they're after in the woods now. You with the 21 you can see that it's a male. It's still 40 feet from you, so it's one full turn of movement. But it is very clearly male. He is very clearly hurt. He's got a big slash right here across his collarbone. You can see it. He's bleeding. His black armor is red running down the front of it.
Oh,
You have what? You have 13 total hit points, right, Payne?
I have 6 currently.
You have 6 currently. He is looking fucking rough. He's looks like he's in bad shape.
Okay. So I'm gonna be I'm
Hold
gonna be
on.
upset
One more time.
about.
One second.
Go ahead.
The bowman with your 21 very clearly looks like he's in good shape. The taller of the elves looks hurt. The other elf that is in the woods looks fine. All right. I have to run the restroom and pee really quick, so I'm gonna give you a minute to decide what you want to do. I'll be back in like 30 seconds.
Yeah, dude. Go for it.
The dice have not been in my favor.
No, I'm saying, dude. No lie. That die that Jacob had.
Well, so the thing is like he's rolling bad against me, and it's
which is surprising because that die.
So you haven't met me a whole lot. I'm pretty much
This man every time would just be like,
"That's an nat 20. That's an nat 20. That's an nat 20." And he's been rolling nat 1s and 4s against me. I'm gonna be really upset if I die right here.
I think how I'm gonna do it is that what he said just baffled and upset me pretty good. So I'm gonna I don't know what.
You were here when I did my turn, correct?
Yeah, your turn that you just said. Yeah, I was here. You shot the elder.
I said fuck that freak.
Oh yeah. So I saw that.
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is how 2 level 2s make what would have been a 30 to 40 minute engagement take 2.5 hours.
Wait. We've had that before.
You spent 8 real-time hours shopping. I expect nothing less from you.
That's what
I'm just saying, had I kicked that first man off his horse correctly, I'd have been fine.
Yeah, if you would have kicked the guy, you probably would have done well.
I'd have gotten away.
You would have got a much faster horse. It would essentially what you would have just done is you would have just went in the first fucking Pirates of the Caribbean movie when they steal the Endeavor at first and they really want the faster ship, the Intrepid or whatever the fuck it is. That's what you just did. Okay. Well, that's what you would have done had you got the smaller, faster horse. Yeah, because you rolled a -1. You should be glad I didn't make it kill you. You should be glad I didn't make it kill you.
Dude, I did not know it was possible to roll a -1. I rolled a 1 and a 2. Dice
homie, it's possible to get severe negatives.
Yes, sir.
Alright.
Yes, sir.
I just gotta hit my saving rolls.
So Cass, what is your decision here? What do you want to do?
Alright, so how far is the closest dude?
The bowman is 20 feet from you. And he is alone.
All right, so I'm gonna be upset about what the elder said. I'm just fuming. I'm mad. I'm usually a nice guy. I'm mad. So, not much, but I'm gonna cast Thorn Whip on the dude.
Oh, okay.
Smack.
Sorry, I fucked up. Clicked the wrong button. I'm back.
Bruh. So I'm gonna cast Thorn Whip.
Okay.
Smack the dude.
Yeah.
Let's see how.
Yeah. Is it a dex save from me or is it a roll from you?
No, it's bad. It's an 8.
It's an 8?
Probably miss. Yeah, I probably miss.
That's in total. It's including your spellcasting modifier and everything. 8.
That's 8. That's
okay.
8.
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely not gonna hit, homie. So when you cast your Thorn Whip, we'll say he heard your loud ass feet clopping, and he kind of turned around and saw. Because an 8's it's substantially lower than his armor class.
Yeah, no, I figured.
We're gonna say, you know what? I'll give you the benefit of the doubt right here. We'll do the dice. Yeah, no, with a 16, he's gonna see it coming. He's gonna get out of it. It's not. It's like it tried to get to him, but almost that his armor pushed it off. Roll me a perception check.
Perception check.
Yep.
This dude. Okay, what? Now I'm going booty. What the
Did you
hell?
What was it?
9?
9? Yeah.
Do you not have a?
You
oh, no,
saw
D&D
when
you don't have.
when the thorn whip hit him, you saw his armor flicker. His plate armor, you saw it flicker.
What? Now? What kind of?
A what?
We're back to you.
What?
We're back
Back
to
to
you.
me?
Yeah. What does
Okay,
Vincent do?
so,
You have two large elves in your face.
Does the sound of him attacking possibly distract at least one of the elves that are in my face?
I'll roll a dice. I don't know, because I don't know that thorn whip makes a noise.
I don't either. That's why I'm asking.
I mean, it
Or
might
just
sound
the
like
reaction-
gravel crunching.
Like what?
At least the reaction of the other elf getting attacked.
I rolled a 6 and a 7, so I'm gonna say that it startles them enough. Like it makes the whip crack sound, sure, but that's canon. That has to be a thing we use every time. So when he uses it, he has to he has to do it every time.
Okay. That's fine.
You fucked up, Cat.
Let's
He
go.
forced you to do that. When you cast Thorn Whip, you have to.
Oh.
I'm trying to save myself here. Fuck off.
You remember when we used to force Nick into growling to activate his broom?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That.
I told this motherfucker because he had a broom capable of handling a 400-pound half dragon, or 400-pound dragonborn, that he had to tell it how to activate in Draconic. So I was like, what does it sound like? And he goes, "Roar." And I was like, okay, now you have to say that every time when you want to activate, your fucking, your flying broom. That's what you have to say. You have to roar. And he did it every time. And he hated me for it. Us making fun of Nick aside.
Oh man.
I'm gonna say that it makes the whip noise. You know, it doesn't. It goes around him, but it's like it gets pushed off. And make a perception check. I want to see if you see this,
Okay, so my perception.
or if you just hear the noise too. That's what I'm trying to see. Because the noise I'm not gonna make you roll for.
D20 or
D20 plus whatever your perception is.
it's -1.
Ooh.
That is a 8.
With an 8, you have the two big guys kind of blocking you in front. You don't see it. You hear the noise. I'm gonna say you're familiar with the sound of a whip, maybe not particularly this thorn whip. You don't, even if you saw it, it would kind of catch you off guard what it is, because it is a large green whip that flows out of this man's hand.
Okay.
And wraps around something, and you can pull people towards you with it and shit like that. I'm gonna say that you don't see what it is, but you hear the whoosh when it comes by.
Okay.
You know, even though you would be 20 feet from this. No, sorry, you would be 30 feet from the bowman. So you would be 30 feet from the sound production when it wraps around his armor and makes this noise. So you don't get to see when I said his armor flickers, you don't see that. That's just Cass's character. Okay. You do have the two big guys in front of you. I'm not going to count that perception check against you as an action, so you can, because I asked you to do it. It wasn't you asking if you could do something. That being said, what do you plan to do?
Do either of them turn towards the sound?
I'm going to say they hear it. I rolled pretty shitty. I rolled I thought it was a 6, but it's actually a 9. I rolled a 9 and a 7. We'll say the 7 is the shorter guy, and he's kind of at an angle from you anyway, so he looks over. It breaks his attention from you. If you hit him, I would count that as advantage.
Okay.
But the larger one still is trained on you.
What I want to do.
His rage is so high that he's not coming off you.
I want to grab not like grab per se, but I'm gonna put my knife to the throat of the one that's not paying attention to me, the younger one.
Okay, just to threaten him?
Just to threaten him, and I'm gonna try to defuse the situation.
Surprising. Okay. Okay. Do me. Are you trying to do it intimidatingly, or are you trying to do it like a?
I'm trying to do it like a man-to-man conversation. Like, hey, I'm sorry. We can go on with our day. Your horse is right over there. I leave you alone. You leave me alone.
Oh no!
We're all
Roll
hurt.
roll another perception check.
Another perception check.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's a D20.
Yes. I don't give a shit what the dice says. It's gone.
10.
The horse ran. The horse is fucking gone. His horse specifically did not stop running.
Okay.
That sumbitch is gone. So that being said, to do that, I'm gonna say make me just a general dexterity check. It's gonna be a D20 roll plus your dexterity modifier, which I think is +4.
I believe is +4.
Yeah, I can come over here and look at your stats. I haven't done this the whole time. I don't know. I've been sitting here looking at the fucking Candlekeep thing.
Fucking fuck me.
In 8 in total? Roll your damage.
Roll my damage?
Roll your damage.
I'm not attempting to damage. I'm attempting to hold the knife to his neck.
I know.
And so my damage is a D6, correct?
D4. Just a D4, yeah.
You want me to do that?
You're fine.
It's a D4. So with my dagger, it's a D4
Plus 4. Yep.
Or is that just throw?
Nope.
That is going to be a.
When you draw the dagger up to his throat, you slice his throat. He takes 6 damage. He is bloodied as a motherfucker.
Okay.
He is on his last goddamn legs. The younger one, who very clearly is related to in some way to the older one. You have now
Does that now put him
almost
between me
entirely
and
slit his throat. No, you unless you want to, but you. So the thing, the way D&D works is, you see the 9 spaces out here in the middle.
Yeah.
All the squares. Okay, so I'm gonna move a piece out here so you can see it. I'll move your piece out here. Right. So you see him. I'm gonna borrow Nick's piece for a second. He'll be our larger guy
This guy's
for.
like right here, and like one's right here, one's like right here. Pretty much. Directly in front of me.
Lock off. Yeah, one is gonna be here. Right, that's the larger one. Cass is gonna be behind you towards the candle, correct?
Okay.
Right. Towards your candle at your table. Yes. The other one is gonna be like right here, the smaller one, and he's the one
That's
who.
The one currently bleeding out.
Yes, that is the one who you fucked up really badly. Cass is gonna be in this general area over here. The bowman in this general area right here. The larger one right up in your fucking face.
I can't use my bonus action as another attack, can
You can. Nope, you can't. It has to be in the other hand.
I? Another hand?
Your dagger would have had your second dagger would have had to be in your other hand. You cannot make a dagger with a non-melee. You can't make a 2-weapon fighting attack with a non-melee weapon.
Then I want to, for my bonus action, I'm going to put the guy bleeding from the throat between me and the older guy. Like I'm gonna move around it.
If you move away from the larger guy to put him in between you, you're gonna take attack of opportunity. Because you're breaking from the older guy's melee range.
Am I though? Because he still should be in range even with me on the other side of the guy. What's his melee range?
It's gonna be 5 feet, which is a standard D&D character space is 5 feet by 5 feet for a medium character. Your medium character. So you take up a whole 5-foot cube essentially.
Okay. Is it possible for him to miss and hit his friend?
It's possible. Unlikely.
I think actually, so as my bonus action, I'm going to try to put an arrow in the older guy's face.
Okay. Roll a d20. Roll 2 d20s and add 3 to the lowest one because it's going to be a shot at disadvantage because it's point blank range. With a 6, that fucking arrow. I'm gonna say because of the
5 feet from him.
Right, but that's in D&D. 5 feet is disadvantage.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, if you were 10 feet from him, you'd be fine. But at 5 feet, you're not. Point blank damage does not exist in D&D unless the DM homebrews that in. That being said, I'm gonna say because of the cross you have to do, because your dagger is in your right hand, it's your dominant hand, right? When you swing that dagger across and try and hold it to the guy's throat, that may be why you accidentally slit his throat. Yeah, you could be off balance a little bit, and when you go to squeeze the arrow, squeeze the bolt anyway, because it's a crossbow, shoots bolts, not arrows. When you go to squeeze off that bolt, it just pings off the armor of this man, because it's a weird, like, you're crossed over your arm. It's just uncomfortable at this point. It just made for a really bad shot. It pinged right off the side of this man's black armor. It is black as night.
I'm upset at myself now. I thought of a way better way to play that, and that's just how it went.
Do me a favor, while you're in front of him, make me a history check.
A history check?
A history check.
So
D20 plus history modifier. It's not an advantage because it's not about Fey Fiends or Undead.
6.
He has a logo, they both do, emblazoned right in the dead center of their chest plates. Remember, the larger one, as I described him before to Cass, he's wearing leather armor, but he has 2 large metallic, like, essentially pec plates placed into his armor. In between them is a small metal band, and then underneath, on his abdomen area, there are 2 slits of the black metal going straight down, and his armor is just as dark as the... I'm sorry, the leather armor is just as dark as the metal armor on all the other people. It just seems that he wears leather for some reason versus they wear metal. You're not clear on why. But you being as smart as you are, I'm going to say that you know it's likely because he can move faster. And it also could likely be because he has to wear light armor due to be some kind of spellcaster. And I'm only telling you that because your intelligence is high. Moving on from that, he didn't like you.
Very well fucking aware of that.
Yeah, so and he can see what you've done to the individual with him, on accident or not, with that roll. You fucked it up.
I did.
Let's see what he does. Surprisingly, this man seems to care more about his own son than you stealing his horse.
Shit.
He is going to roll me an athletics check.
Okay, athletics?
Yeah.
It's going to be a 2.
What? You roll a d20?
Yeah. Yeah, a d20, it's a 4 minus 2. My athletics is a minus 2. So
Okay, well he rolled a 19. He rolled a 19 and has a +2.
yeah, I'm fucked.
So he is going to shove you backwards.
Okay.
So you're going to fall backwards 10 feet away, you're prone.
Okay.
He's going to fall to his knees and catch his son as his son is falling.
Okay.
As this happens, drops his sword. You hear the woman with the bow, who you now can distinguish as a woman because she speaks. She was far enough away that you couldn't clearly tell, and Cass, when you looked at her, she was wearing enough armor and facing the wrong direction that you couldn't really tell either. She screams, runs into the forest, runs immediately to the one that's fallen, drops to her knees, the bow falls to the ground, and you, Vincent, you can see how hurt these people are over something as simple as you stealing a horse and their reaction to it. What do you do? I'll let you do something, because they all took their actions to try and run to the body.
I'm gonna use my action to run towards Cass. To distance myself.
Okay,
what?
so it takes half your movement to stand up when you're prone.
That's fine.
So that'll be 15. You can run 15, and then you can use your action to dash the other 25 feet to him. Once you're there, all you can do is say something, that you're burnt on everything else. You've used all
when
your
I
other abilities up to that point.
When I get there, I look at him and tell him it is time to go.
Okay. Okay, so we jump to your view cast. We're now in first person Alodor view. You see the bow woman. You hear her scream, shriek. She runs into the forest, throws her bow down. You can see in the woods, there's kind of a... You rolled a 21 before in your perception, so I'll tell you exactly what happens. You saw exactly what I described. You saw the shorter of all of them in the black cloak reach over with the knife and hold it to the younger one's throat. You saw him raise his hand crossbow. You saw the bolt ping. You heard it just ping right off the side of the armor. It slid right off, metal on metal. Little scraping noise, but nothing else. A little scraping noise and the ringing of metal on metal. Sorry, kind of like a tuning fork. You saw the bolt just ricochet off into the woods. You heard it crackle in the trees behind you. Upon that, you saw the larger one. You saw the smaller one kind of disappear behind the largest of them in a shadow, and then you saw him just a black shadow just get forced backwards away from them. You saw whatever it was fall. Can't clearly tell what it is. You see the larger one turn, drop to his knees, and catch something. Like catch it with both arms, almost cradle it. And then you see the female. That's when she does her scream. She runs into the woods. She screams so loud you can't really hear the word she says, so I'm not going to tell you what it is. And then you see the shadow that you've seen this whole time, the dark, kind of. Would you describe your character as olive-skinned, Ben?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, the dark, kind of olive-skinned, dark hair individual run from the woods, run directly at you. It's time to leave. What do you do?
Okay. Am I still upset is the question.
You can roll a check for that.
Huh?
You can roll some kind of check for that. Roll me a d20, add your...
I'll check what you say I would roll for that.
Do a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom throw, too easy.
Yeah, saving throw, though.
17, my boy.
Yeah. A 17, I would say, after what's just happened, you're still shocked, but you can still yourself enough to know that this is the individual that they were after. That something seems to have happened inside the forest. You couldn't really clearly see what it was, but you saw somebody else fall. You know it wasn't him, so it has to be the other elf that went in there after him. That the other two elves are now pursuing. And the guy in front of you, he seems to be not afraid, but very clearly needs, how do I put this?
Medical help.
Yeah, but no, that's not what I'm saying. I mean, you would know that as a druid, you'd be able to look at him and know that he's hurt badly, but that he needs an escape.
Okay.
You're a horseman.
I'm so mad at I'm still mad at these dudes, so I'm gonna say fuck them. I don't care about them, and I'm gonna help him out. So
okay.
Can I?
He is 5'10", and the back of your back on your horse is 6 feet tall. He can't necessarily jump onto the back of your horse. You might have to help him, but he is right up against you. I mean, he approached you from the woods. He walked right up to you. Yeah, you can do it. What do you weigh, Payne?
Yeah, I'm a assist him.
Like 158, I believe, is what I decided. 150.
Well, okay.
Unless you need me to weigh more because I'm 5'10".
As a centaur, you're a large creature, right, Cass?
Yeah, it says I can carry 330.
Because he's half that. I'm gonna say he's not even a problem to lift up.
Okay, too easy.
So you slap a hand back. You both do the Beastmaster grip, where you grip each other's forearms, and you fucking snatch him right up. What do you do after that? I'm gonna say that's your action, is pulling him onto you, but you still have your movement, you still have your bonus action. He is very clearly hurt.
Okay. I can't do anything bonus action wise. That'd be helpful. So I am gonna move
And you
my
can
40.
And you can talk to him if you need to say something, but remember it's 6 seconds.
Okay. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and do my. I'm gonna move 40.
Okay.
Just keep going the way I was going.
Back towards the Candlekeep, because now you've passed it by a bit. You're going back towards. You've passed the entrance to Candlekeep a little ago. Not far. You know, it may be like 2 turns of movement back. Because remember when we had you stopped right at the entrance and then you bolted forward? Right. So you're 2 turns away from it.
Yeah.
To the entrance to Candlekeep. And then it's like several, you know, it's probably 1,000 meters or so. You know, a kilometer or so to the actual gates. So you still have a little ways to go to there. But these people do seem rather preoccupied at the moment. There are also 3 horses in front of you.
I can't do a bonus action animal handling thing, right? That's action.
Depends on what you want to do. You have to describe it to me. What you want to do with the horse.
I want to scare them off. I want to try to scare off the horses, but that would be an action.
By making a loud noise, by running up on them and trying to spook them, by like presence. What are you trying to do?
Loud noise. We'll do a loud noise.
Okay, instead of animal handling, make me a performance check.
Try to spook them that way, but...
Now, hold on, before you do this. I'm going to tell you how to do this now, Ben. That way later on you know that this is an ability. You can assist him.
Oh, I can.
Right?
Okay.
When that happens, if you want to assist somebody doing a check, you roll a die, you announce it, you be like, okay, I want to assist. So you announce it,
I do
right?
want to assist in this.
So you're going to roll a performance check too. If you roll over a 10 or get a 10 with your modifier for performance, then he gets advantage on the roll. He then rolls 2 dice, takes the higher number.
I roll a 12.
Okay. So then you get advantage, Cass. And that's how assistance works, is you can benefit another player.
Okay, I appreciate. Alright, so first one is a 7. That's bad.
Oh yeah, that's not great.
18.
An 18
on the second one, boy.
That's with your modifier for performance?
I don't have a modifier.
You don't have one? Okay.
Well, I don't need it.
That's fine. That's fine. So yeah, we'll say there's some. What noises do you make? Actually, I'm not even gonna make these noises. These are your choice. What do you do? What noises? It can be anything, homie. It doesn't have to. Whatever you want.
I'm just gonna smack my hoofs into the ground.
Okay, so you're gonna kind of rear up a little bit and make some kind of stomping noises. You know, you can yell or whatever you want to, but that's fine.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay. So you rear up and kind of slam down. You're essentially asserting a dominance on this region, and it scares these horses away. These horses are nowhere near as intelligent as you are, because they are non-communicative.
Fuck.
They have no ability to speak. You know, their intelligence is a fucking 3. So.
Yeah, I got it.
Actually, it might be lower than a 3. Just out of curiosity, what is the horse's intelligence? It might be a 2.
I know their HP's not all that high.
No, it's 19. Yeah, their intelligence is a 2. It's minus 4. It's 19, and you did 9 damage in 1 throw.
One throw, yeah.
Yeah, well, it's 19 for the draft horse is what you were riding, and I made it 15 for the smaller horses.
Okay.
And you did 9 damage, and then a nat 1 on the roll following is why you fell.
Yeah. When the dice were in my favor.
Yeah, it happens sometimes,
the turns
homie.
are tabled very quickly.
Oh yeah, you're not even in the boat. You're not even in the fun part.
Nope.
Yeah, so you scare him away. You know what? Hang on. You rolled an 18. Let me. That's a fail. That's a fail. A fucking 11, a 2, and a 1. So yeah, all 3 of them bolt. They are still wearing their saddles. They are still wearing their saddlebags. That like medieval horse armor that's like the plate between their eyes and it kind of goes over their cheeks. It's all black to match the armor of the riders. Still wearing it all, but they do take off.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
They run into the woods.
Yeah. All right, nice. And then you said I saw my movement.
Yeah, you still have your 40 feet movement. You took your action and pull
wrong.
him up on the horse.
Yep, I'm head towards Candlekeep. I'm gonna turn around and go back.
Okay. Yeah, you turn around. You start running back towards the woods. You have another turn of move. I'm sorry, not woods. You start turning back towards the T to take the road to Candlekeep, which you have a kilometer when you make that turn, but you still have a one full turn of movement, 80 feet. It would be a move and a dash to get to the turn to then run.
Okay.
Coming to that, we kind of conclude the combat because these people are. Let me see if they pull their shit together. Fucking no. Yeah, with a 7 and a fucking 1. No, they're so fucked worried about this dude
so
who now has 1 hit point thanks to Payne's attempt to be civilized and shove a knife into his throat. He had 1 hit point, homie. You literally put him to 1 health.
It's alright, I feel absolutely nothing about doing
Man was 1 shot, and then you missed your shot. We don't want to talk about that. I was gonna say
Yeah,
you were
I
a fucking
feel
shots kid, but I let it go.
I feel absolutely no pity because I hit the shot too well.
No, but the crossbow that you missed immediately afterwards.
Yeah, that's fair.
So you have 1 dagger dripping with blood, Pain. You have another dagger that never left your hip. I'm gonna say the one with the red stripe never left your hip.
That was my hope. That was my original plan. I was gonna.
Okay, yeah, that's gonna be your last straw to throw
That's
that
my
one. I'm
last
assuming.
resort.
Yeah. And your crossbow is 2 bolts left.
I should have 3 because you gave me 4. I only shot 1.
I gave you 4. You shot 2. You shot
Nice, I
1.
did
You
shoot
shot
two, I
1
did
into
shoot
the
two.
guy's side, and then you ricocheted around
Yep,
off of him.
so I have 2 bolts.
You have 2 bolts left. You have a hand crossbow that is unloaded.
That is correct.
That I'm assuming you reattach to your side as you jump on this centaur's back. Which, by the way, you've never seen a centaur because they're not really common in Waterdeep. It's a little fucking weird. Do you spoon him when you ride him? Because he doesn't have a harness.
I am gonna 100% honest.
What?
However I landed when he threw me on there, I kind of more assumed like it was riding a horse bareback, and that's what I went with.
It's like riding a horse bareback, but like he also has like a
probably
really
leaning
muscular
heavily
back in front of you. You know, it's a little weird.
I'm quite injured, so I'm probably heavily leaning against him for stability.
That makes sense. Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah, so you guys, I mean, it doesn't take long to make the distance up to find your way to Candlekeep, the gate for Candlekeep, the gatehouse main entrance. The road you just came off is called the Way of the Lion, and now if you guys look at that Candlekeep map that I pulled up on stream, but the one that I've sent both of you, that you would know, you'd be fairly familiar with this place. You've never been here, but Candlekeep is mythological for the intelligent. You know, this is essentially
A good place for me.
Yeah, I'm trying to find I mean, it's not like saying Valhalla and the fucking the Golden Temple.
City of Scholars.
This is a city of scholars. Exactly. That's a very good way to put it. Thank you. This is a city of scholars, and therefore, it is anyone intelligent wants to be here. This is the MIT of, the MIT, the Harvard, the Yale, whatever you want to call it, Ivy League intelligent school of the Sword Coast.
Okay.
It is also the largest library, which is unfathomably big. Millions of books here, right? You know what it costs to get in. As you approach the gate, there are 5 men standing atop it, all in very dark blue robes. The one in the middle is bald, has a very long white beard. You know what? I lied. It's four men, 1 woman. Sorry. Woman on the far left. The woman has long brown hair. Seems to be rather young. Just 2 pieces that fall like right down here in the front, but everything else is kind of pulled back. You have neck. So I'm gonna start from the left here. The woman. Move over one. There is a. He's not young, but he's not old. He's in his 30s-ish, kind of. 30s-ish man. African-American man. Dark. Anyway, ebony skin, I guess, because they're not American in D&D. Ebony skinned man. He's got some age on him. Salt and pepper hair. Got facial hair that's kind of salt and peppered a little bit. A little gray, a little white in here. Even though he's in his 30s, he looks like he's gone under a lot of stress. Right? Because he is graying at rather young age. Move over to the next one. You've got the elderly man. He would look like he's of Asian descent, essentially. Very, very long facial hair. No hair on top. Move over to the next one. Very, very tall blonde man. You know, the other ones being, you know, 5'9", 5'8", and the woman being in the 5'6" to 5'8" range. You can't really place her. The man on the far right is very clearly almost 7 feet tall. Not far right. Second from the right. Very clearly almost 7 feet tall. Very blonde. His hair is cut in the way of, 12th century Christian monks, how they fucking cut the center of their hair and let the outsides grow. That's what his hair is cut like. Very, very strong jawline on this man. They're all wearing the exact same blue robe, just different lengths, obviously, due to their height. And then the next one over is a Dragonborn. A Dragonborn, a silver Dragonborn, has two little monocle-looking glasses attached to his head. But they're not attached to anything, they're just resting on the edge of his nose. And he wears that same blue robe. Nothing really distinguishable about him from this distance. They are 50 feet above you, on top of the gate. The gate itself only 20 feet tall, and it folds down towards you. But the walls themselves around Candlekeep are 50 feet high. And they're 15 feet thick, which you'll notice as you enter through the gates, but you haven't got to that point yet. One atop the wall. Can't really place which one because you don't see any mouths moving. From this distance. You see, or hear, a masculine voice ask if you've come prepared to pay the fee.
Who's this directed towards?
What?
Who is this directed
Both of you hear it. There's two of you.
towards? Oh, okay.
It is the large, deep voice. Have you come prepared to pay? No, I'm sorry. Have you come prepared to volunteer your knowledge, is what he says.
I have. I am searching for knowledge, and I'm willing to give knowledge in exchange.
And you?
I have come prepared.
The gates crack open, loud wooden groan, kind of a as they big open. You hear these massive chains as these chains are being drawn up to pull the doors towards you, because they open outwards, which is seemingly strange for castle doors. Why would they open outwards? Ben, make me an intelligence check.
Intelligence check?
Yeah, D20 roll, add your intelligence modifier.
Give me a second. Intelligence check. That's gonna be a nat 1, but plus 7 to 7. Sorry, it's gonna be 9.
It was a 7 plus 2?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. With a 9, you are smart enough to know that there is an intelligence to putting your doors like this, to the extent that it makes them harder to siege. To push doors in that only go out is impossible.
Okay.
Unless with substantial strength. Because if the doors only open outwards, and you're trying to push them inwards, and they literally can't because they're folded into each other, the weight of the force that you're applying to it has to be multiplied. And you essentially you'd be better off breaking the hinges off than you would be breaking off the actual doors, because the force needed would be higher than the tensile strength of wood itself.
Okay.
You would have to blow the doors apart to open them inward and then invade. And by the time you finally get these open, you know that this place is full of mages. And these are some of the most well-trained, well-educated mages in the entirety of Faerun.
Okay.
And that's all I'm going to give you the 9. That's pretty basic
Alright,
knowledge.
That's fair.
As the gate slides open, it only opens wide enough for one person to fit through. And it is blinding on the other side of this thing, because you're walking directly into the sunset. The sunset is shining through the castle. It's these these beautiful yet amusing shadows. They're skewed all over the floor. They're moving in different directions. It's almost like the sun shooting a kaleidoscope directly at you, but on the ground, not directly into your eyes. Of shadows, essentially, instead of light. A silhouette appears in this bright sun, and it takes a couple of steps forward, and it's the Dragonborn. You can see it's the same Dragonborn you thought you saw above. Down in almost an instant, because the doors opened as soon as you answered yes. He stands in front of you, hands extended. What knowledge did you bring?
I'm gonna pull out the daydream, and I am gonna present it to the Dragonborn. And this is the knowledge that I present.
He takes the book. He looks over it. With a natural goddamn 20. He accepts it.
Oh god.
He thanks you deeply. The book that you've brought him is more important than you think it is. You can see visible excitement on this Dragonborn's face. Dragonborns, I want to clarify, Dragonborns don't have lips. And you can see visible excitement on this Dragonborn's face.
Yes.
That was an odd image.
Right? I thought that would be. I thought that
haunt
would.
my nightmares
I'm
tonight.
glad, homie. It's like if an iguana could smile.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
Yeah. Okay. So his attention leaves the book after a few solid seconds of deep consideration of what he's holding, the importance of what he's holding, the knowledge of Dryad myth, and Dryad, not just myth, but like true legends. Dryad's living legend. That's what I'm trying to work for here. Seems to be very, very important to this Dragonborn. He deeply considers this book. Opens the cover, like blows a little dust off of it, closes it very gently, and seems to hold it very close to his heart. Not literally, but like he seems to be figuratively holding it close to his heart while also literally holding it close to his chest.
Okay.
His attention snaps from the book and looks up to Vincent, who's still sitting on your back, still bleeding. And you, boy?
I pull out the original stories of the underground guilds, which I haven't explained at all.
That's okay. This being the guilds of Waterdeep, I'm assuming,
This is
or all of them.
Can I explain it real fast?
Yeah.
Okay, so
You would know this book, so if you feel like sharing the information, Go for
Okay,
it.
so it is the first written book of the story of the start of Thieves Guilds in Faerun.
Wow.
That is hidden throughout different cities, depending on who finds it. And is added to by every guild member who finds it.
Based on the natural 20 I rolled for him, roll me 2d20s.
2d20s?
Yep, 2d20s, take the higher number. Add your... How's your persuasion?
My persuasion is a 0. So 14. Would be my best.
Okay, with a 14, I'm gonna say I'm looking for the rarity of that book is what I was doing with that. I was just trying to see.
Well, there's only one, but we'll go with 14.
Oh, I didn't know you said it was the only copy.
Yes, because it is handwritten
Oh,
by
yeah.
everybody who's ever
Fucking, I'm sorry. Excuse the shit out of me. If it's the only one of its kind.
I didn't describe it that well. I'm sorry.
That's okay, dude. I mean, if it's the only one of its kind, that is knowledge that this library cannot have. You know, not knowledge that it cannot have from this point of view, written by this person, written at this period of time. This is truly important. This. Go ahead.
Each page of this book is from a different member of a guild at a different time.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say he knows that immediately, but
No.
do you explain it to him as well, or do you just are you just explaining it to anybody watching?
Yes, because when I hand him the book, there is no cover. It's just a black old leather cover, like an old notebook with a single string around it holding it closed. The leather is very worn and cracking away, almost disintegrating to the touch.
Okay.
The pages are also very worn. You can see some like it got wet occasionally, a little bit of water damage to certain corners. Just you can see the years of age that notebook has gone.
I'm gonna say that he looks up to you, makes direct eye contact, like his nose comes up, and even his glasses are pointed directly at you while you're sitting atop this horse. He's going to look deeply into you, and you're gonna hear in your head, "Are you sure that this is something you can part with?"
I'm gonna. Yes, because the past should be learned while a new future starts.
He takes it. Do you reply that out loud, or do you reply it in your head?
Yes, yeah, I replied that out loud.
Okay. So, just so you know, Cass, that when he said, "Are you sure you can part with this?" that was very clearly inside Vincent's head. You didn't hear it, and then he replies out loud. So the Dragonborn then replies out loud, "Have you added your passage?"
I have added enough.
He nods respectfully, takes the book, stacks them together, and they welcome you to Candlekeep. The doors open entirely. You hear the wood creak once more, groan as it's being stretched open by the metal iron chains, and you can hear them as they're clunking through the gears, do 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 do, as they're being sucked into the wall, withdrawing the door so you can enter. Your eyes slowly adjust, and inside this castle, as you take your first few steps into the court of air, we'll come back in a minute. That way you guys can go pee and I can get water and we can take care of that stuff. So we'll be back in a few moments.
You mean so I can get over the fuck cramping in my leg right now?
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll be back in a few minutes.